want, you know, and yeah, it's always interesting. Okay, so we are now live, and now that we're live, let's talk about the fact that we're doing free coaching. So this is a segment I try to keep alive as much as possible, and usually I do it whenever, well, as much as I can. The problem is that most of the time it's hard to do because I get overwhelmed and tired due to my day job. So therefore, whenever I do free coaching, I want to make sure that I have a lot of energy, that you guys are seeing me at my best, and then I do them on the fly. Sometimes I just want to vibe and play Apex, and I want to just chat with you guys. And sometimes when I do coaching, it's hard to do that, so I don't want you guys to feel left out. Now, the beauty of the free coaching is that my concept behind it is I can't coach everyone. I do the best I can. But if I coach somebody for free, then you can see the free coaching, and therefore you can have pretty much the same experience. If you notice, hey, wait a minute, this person has the same problems I do, then instantly you feel like you're improving and making progress. Now, you might notice from all the coaching that I've done, I know there's been a few people that I've coached in the past month, probably around like 40 to 45 or something like that. You'll probably notice that some of the concepts here are going to be the same. Some of them are not going to be the same. But when I coach, I always cater the experience to you. If I notice a trend in most people playing a certain way, then maybe your coaching experience is going to be the same. If I notice you're expedited and we'll just hop right in game and start working on high level concepts. It just varies, okay? And that's the biggest important thing, is that it's never just the same. Let's make sure my audio levels are all set and that everything is okay. Let's see here, test. I just want to test it, you know? But hello, everybody. Welcome, Mari, Lavel, Hodel, Just the Viewer, Gray Matter, Waluigi. You're going to hear my voice twice. I'm testing. Let's just hear it twice. Okay, I just want to make sure the mic is good. I just redid my setup, and I'm a little worried about today if there's going to be any hiccups. When I say redid my setup, I just completely redid everything and moved everything around. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring Sky in for the first session here, and then we have V10. So I confirm that in the Discord. If you're curious how to get free coaching, Discord. You got to click on join the Discord. That's where I give it out for free, and I know that people are serious and so forth and so forth. So let's get an introduction to Sky. Let's go ahead and do this. Hello, Sky. Hello.
Hey.
Nice nice to officially meet you. I know I kind of met you in the Discord in voice just briefly by bombarding and like pushing myself in there. So that was,
yeah, it was fun anyways.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to hop in the test range first, okay? I have some concepts that we go over and what we do, and you don't have to tell me anything. I pretty much can assess like where we need to improve on and work on. I have a little bit of context. I know that you're a bit newer to Apex because you still haven't reached the rank level.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's me just getting a little bit of extra information. Usually I go into these without no information. So what we're going to do a 1v1 at the start. And this is probably good because there's a lot of people that I've coached in the past. And since I haven't done a coaching series in a while, we might want to hit these basics again. And then I do have V10 later, and I have no idea where his skill level's at. I have no idea. Most of the time I never know. So what we're going to do, we're going to grab a wingman, an R99, okay? We're going to do a few quick 1v1s. Now, the whole premise when we do the 1v1s is not to win or not to lose. So don't stress about winning the 1v1. If you win, awesome. If you lose, it doesn't matter. What we're there to assess is pretty much your mistakes and not mistakes. I'm going to be going all out because I want you to make mistakes. I want to see what you do based off of default. Who are you maining at the moment?
It was Seer, and then now I'm doing Horizon because I just got her. Okay,
perfect. So I'm gonna switch to Horizon. We want to be the same hitbox when we 1v1, so I just want whoever you're most comfortable with. Deck out your wingman with everything except a skull piercer, and then your R99 everything except for a gold mag.
Oh, everything except for gold mag?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
And you can stop me for any questions. This is your time. This is your experience. And FYI, Sky didn't pay. I never charge people. I try not to charge people. When I do limited time events and stuff like that, sure, like, then, you know, at least you get the opportunity to 100% guarantee a slot. But my concept is always to try to do these for free and then share the knowledge. You know what I mean? I guess people say, like, oh, Dad, you're a coach. Sure, I guess you could call it that. I just do it as a passion. Like, I just enjoy it. So again, the premise behind this 1v1 is it doesn't matter if you win or lose, okay? What we're going to learn is just what your skill level is at. I call this the building blocks. This is a basis for understanding how a player plays. You got to make a quick assessment. So essentially I'm doing a quick assessment based on the 1v1. I don't know if you said you're warmed up, right? Have you warmed up?
Like for 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, and I just woke up too. I'm horrible on the weekends. Anybody who watches my live streams know I pretty much like just wake up and then run over to the computer. It's horrible. It's very, very bad. But it's my only like couple days to like sleep in, so that's why I do it. All right, ready? So we're gonna just play however you think is the correct way, and then we're gonna go from there. We probably only need 1 or 2 1v1s, and then we're gonna start talking. Now, if I see a higher skill level, we're probably gonna leave these 1v1s right away. To be honest, and we'll start working on other concepts. So it doesn't matter. The plus side is I've seen master players do these 1v1s and we still go over basics again. It just depends on what your skill level is. So ready?
Yep.
3, excuse me, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, not bad. I already kind of know what we need to work on. That's pretty, like, you know what's crazy? When I used to do these coaching sessions, I used to need 5 1v1s. I only need 1 now. And it's not a bad thing for however which way you're playing. I'm able to read pretty much what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. Okay? And it doesn't matter that you won or lost. Okay, I promise. But I kind of have a little bit of a cheat and insight because I know that you're newer at the game. But at least maybe this will set the groundwork for everybody. And if you are a viewer who's been coached by me, you'll understand what we're about to cover. And maybe this will be a friendly reminder because that session, of course, wasn't recorded, and this is going to turn to a VOD. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend a few moments here in the test range of 1v1s. If you notice how that 1v1 went and how the pressure went, at the end of the session, I want to see, essentially we're going to see a massive difference in how you play, in a good way. And we're going to talk about how it's pretty much going to teach you how you engage in fights. It's not necessarily about your aim. I know you're probably thinking, oh, it's my aim, or oh, I needed to move better. It's probably the first things you're probably thinking. And if they are, I don't know. What is your thought process? What do you think? What do you think you feel like you got to work on?
So previously from 1v1ing people in the Discord or whatever, I found out that a lot of it is from me moving cover and getting shot in the back, or like giving windows of opportunity to the opponent.
Close. We're gonna simplify it. So what we're gonna do, this would be so good. This is what gets me excited about turning these into VODs, because then I can turn these into concepts depending on who's gotten coached and who hasn't, and then they can have the same experience. So what you're looking at here, because at some point we're gonna leave this, we're never gonna come back to it. I'm gonna be very honest that 1v1s only help so much, right? They help you learn how to fight. But when you look at the building blocks differently, they look, because you got it. The map is large, right? You know, this doesn't help because the map is literally like 50 to 100 times the size of this. Now, you may not see immediate progress. I kind of think you are going to, because your playstyle is immediately going to be different and how you anticipate it. So you might see an immediate jump right away. But the thought process is after 2 weeks, you come back and say, oh my God, Daz, that was a massive difference. I know how to play. So let's look at these building blocks as pretend like this is a car, this is a broken barrel, this is a statue, any other object that is in game, right?
Yeah.
Now, when we think about that, we want to always be at half head glitch. Ideally, that is not always going to be perfect in game, but this opportunity here, based on positioning, always allows us to always be at a half head glitch. Do you know what a half head glitch is?
They like this? Just a...
Exactly.
I know what a head glitch is, but
so if I'm standing right here, well, just half head glitch, it's different terminology. It's the same thing. I mean, ideally, like, listen, this is a head glitch too, but it's not as good, but it's still a head glitch because I'm hiding, right? So ideally, you're blocking as much of your body as possible. Now, the reason why I'm assessing this was your default. So you ran over here, and this was your default to peek wide. So if you peek wide, what happens when we peek wide?
You expose a lot of your hitbox.
Exactly. If I haven't warmed up, I didn't just run at you, because I don't know how my aim is going to be, because I literally just woke up. So it's pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm always going to take a position. If you notice from my positioning, I always took a half head glitch. Now, once I knew that I had the advantage, sure, I started pushing you, you know? And whenever I pushed in between reloads. I counted how many bullets you were shooting, and whenever I thought you were going to cross. Once you were stuck here, you were at just full body. There's only 2 things you could do. I'm at a very small half head glitch, right? My body is very small, meaning that it's like playing Kovacs. I gave you the scenario at 50%. You gave me the scenario 110%. Like in terms of size, aim lab, you know, all that stuff. Meaning my target's larger. It's easier for me, even if I'm very tired or I'm sick or whatever. I still have the fundamentals, and you're making it easier for me, right? So you always want to
Yeah.
peek from that. So what we're going to do is walk around the map, and I want to expedite and speed up your thought process. Because to play aggressively, you have to have a strong foundation and defense. It's not just about running at somebody and pushing. It's literally about taking cover to cover and maintaining presence and pressure. When people are asking the question of what does it mean to show presence, this is showcasing presence, even just for a second, because there's a threat, right? Sometimes you don't have to shoot to show presence. I'll give you an example. So I'm going to have you start there, and I'm going to run at you, but I'm not allowed to shoot you, okay? Now, I want you to beam me down best you can, but you're allowed to use that block and move around as all around the block as best you can, okay? And I'm going to showcase everyone in chat that, and this is even hard for me to stop somebody like this, okay? But pressure does stop somebody at one point, and what that means. And who knows, maybe you'll beam me down. I'm trying to make an assumption here, okay? So I'm going to run at you. You can move the blocks however you want. Best probably be at half head glitch to just maintain pressure, and I'm going to run at you, okay? And away.
Can we stay at this block?
Yeah, the one you are currently at. Then I'm going to work my way into you. I'm going to give you even a heads up. I'm going to work my way in from the right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. And now I'm here. So I worked my way in. Despite me giving you a heads up where I was going, I was essentially peeking quickly here to bait your shots. I moved up here. I heard you take 2 more shots. I knew you were loading. Then I took this cover right here. And then I moved up once you shot your R99. Because it's very difficult to hit somebody who is using positioning. And meaning, like, when you see any pro player pred, they're using positioning. Positioning is one of the most powerful assets to push forward. Now, for people asking the question, why do they fight everything? Well, that's why I made yesterday's video. If they're fighting everything, it means that they're just doing it for fun. Sometimes a decision isn't smart to go fight outside his zone or do something. You're just doing stuff because you're trying to have fun. And if you're trying to have fun, I'm never going to tell anybody that it's right or wrong. If you're having fun, that's the whole point of a video game as a basis. Now, if you're playing for money, then I would probably say, how can we push outside his zone and you guys had purple armors and they had purple? What's the thought process? You're going to get third-partied, right? Well, that's when you see LGS and they start playing smarter and playing for whatever reason that they're trying to do, right? So now, when we think about this, again, these foundations, what I want you to do next is I want you to work from position to position, and I want you to do it quickly. I'll give you an example. So I go from here, and I go from here, and then I'll count 3, 2, 1, and I want you to move to the next head glitch. When you do it incorrectly, we'll stop, and then we'll cover the whole basis again. So ready? 3, 2, 1, go to new position. 3, 2, 1, next head glitch. 3, 2, 1, next head glitch.
Oh.
Tricky, right? Okay, good. So essentially what we need to do, we need to look for all the half head glitches. And sometimes you may need to traverse a spot that requires you to move. It may not be as obvious. So this is a smaller scale. In game, this is going to be like 30 feet or 50 meters. Sorry, 50 meters. It's going to be a long distance to cross. But you do see the next area that you're supposed to go to, okay? That's really, really important to grasp. Because even though this is further, you want this spot. You're going to need it. Because if you start covering from here and then the opponent takes this spot and starts peeking from here, you're going to be at a disadvantage. And or else you're just going to have to peek from here, one of the two, right?
Well, what if your opponent was right there?
That's a large head. That's their full body's exposed. Why would they be there? Free shots. You peek from here, GG's, easy, right?
Okay. So you don't even move cover at that point?
Yeah, at that point, like if you're peeking there, go, let's set up the scenario. So let's say you peek right there. You hit me twice. Hit me again, and then I peek behind cover. You're able to move.
Okay.
And look at that. Now you've crossed and traversed. Why would I re-peek something that I've lost? And most likely you're going to win because your hitbox is smaller. Now, if you lose, and everyone's probably asked this question, what do I do? If you've lost, well, that's because you need to go practice your aim. And aim is very easy to go train. Just go hop in the range, practice the recoil pattern. R99 pulls up to the right, so therefore I'm going to pull down and then to the left and then control the recoil pattern. Then boom. Yes, you can move movement, you can use utility, but what I'm trying to teach right now is if you don't use those two. Because utility and movement are very important, and we're going to go to our next concept here, okay? So what we're going to do is that we're going to apply this on a larger scale because these are 1v1s. Now when we come back and you have half head glitches in mind, always think of what everything is a half head glitch, right? We got one, let's just cover them really, really quick together so you always remember them. Half head glitch here. 3, 2, 1, half head glitch here. 3, 2, 1, half head glitch here. 3, 2, 1, half head glitch here. I'm gonna have to traverse a little bit away for shots. 3, 2, 1, half head glitch over here. I could also move right there. Ready? 3, 2, 1, half head glitch here. Ready? 3, 2, 1, half head glitch here. 3, 2, 1, half head glitch here. And then boom, you just made full circle. Now, the interesting part when you're playing Apex, when you start thinking about positioning, the game becomes very linear. It starts to become easy, starts to become very boring, essentially. Just like Valorant, when you start to know where to peek from and what to do, the game becomes predictable, right? Now, you could say, well, it does. How come you don't take the centerpiece? Well, the unfortunate part is they're on the outskirts, your full body's exposed. Now, if they're right here and they're closer, then yes, you can maintain a half head glitch, right? But the downside is that there is no cover up here. So you have to keep that in mind. Remember, height is always good, unless your full body is exposed. Then height doesn't really do anything for you. Height, the whole purpose of height, and everyone always forgets the reason why you get height is to control a half head glitch. Kind of like what that guy's doing right there. That little dummy right there is moving. His body's at half right now.
Yeah.
So now what we're gonna do, and a lot of people have seen me do this concept recently. And I'm kind of glad to put it into a video format so people see it, whether it's a live stream. And whether this gets a lot of views or not, and it doesn't really matter. So hopefully somebody out there finds it beneficial. So we're gonna do now. So we're going to apply this into a larger scale, okay? I've done this with a lot of people. I think now I've probably done it with 50 people, tops. Now I'm going to share it with everybody in the world, and now everyone's going to know the answer. So come over here where I'm at. I'm going to ping. And don't worry, we're going to 1v1 again. I would say we would spend time in-game, but I really want you to get these concepts, and I want chat to see the difference in your 1v1 and how you take it and how much longer it takes. So we're going to start right here, and your goal... Let's say the zone is closing here and you have no choice but to push me. No choice. There is no other team nearby. It is the last standing team together and you're pushing forward, okay? You can't use utility, and we'll explain utility afterwards and what it means, okay? So essentially work your way in. I'm going to be standing over here, okay? I'm going to give you 2 shots. 2 shots at it. I've only had like 4 or 5 people get it right. I had even 1 person from my comment section get it right. But again, his premise is very different. He's not a Predator Master player, but he understands the concept. I'm just trying to point that it doesn't matter your skill level. I've seen people understand the concept once they start saying half head glitch, half head glitch, half head glitch. The back corner behind the building is a fun place to practice cover using a small scale. There you go. Gray Matter. Yeah, he says, I remember this one. No, I didn't do this for everybody. Keep that in mind. Some of them I did, some of them I didn't. It just depends on the concept that we're trying to cover. So what I want you to do is work your way into me. You get 2 tries. So ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Where do you go? Holding, holding, holding. See where you're gonna go, where you're gonna peek from. Remember, when you work your way in, you're working from position to position.
They're shooting at me.
Ah, okay, all right. So let's start over. Now technically your body's fully exposed over there. So we're gonna go again.
Okay.
And this will make a lot more sense here in a minute. You're gonna be like, oh my god! And the whole moment is to give you the aha moment. So while yeah, that is an angle to peek from, there's also a better angle, and I'll explain that later. There is an ideal path. So ready? 3, 2, 1. Pick again. Okay, now where do we work from here?
Can we go over here?
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen, holy crap, I've only had 6 people. 6 people now get this right. This is crazy, and the reason why I love this is because the more you play the game, the more you make mistakes. Now we're gonna add some finesse to this. Now the first thing maybe wasn't correct, but now that Sky, and how many FPS games have you played?
2.
2.
Or 3.
Okay, how many hours do you think you have in FPS games in general?
Oh, over 1,000, because I played D2 a lot.
Nice. D2. What's D2?
Destiny 2.
Oh, Destiny 2. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
dumb. I'm going to get flamed in the comments for that one. GG's. So now, why I love this concept so much is because I've had a lot of pro players and Preds not even get this right. They just don't. Because when you put too many hours, you kind of get blinded on what the right answer is. So I'm going to have you stand here, be Vantage, and you can zoom in and kind of see the thought process, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to do all the wrong answers, okay? But I love the fact, hold on, I know, because we didn't have the test range back then, you know? I meant for the people who did the masterclass because I had the new test range, so I was able to come up with more fun concepts. Okay, so now you're able to zoom in and take a look. So
yeah.
The incorrect path would be going to the left. Most people think going to the left because I'm going to take height. The downside is if you're Vantage, look at this, then it's full movement, you know?
Yeah.
There you go. So you can't go left. And even if you went left and then you back up, well, then you're backing up from the encounter, and if the zone is closing, then what are you doing, right? You have to move forward. Now, the path you took, if you go in the building, it's not a bad path. So let's say you block LOS and you go this way. If you go inside, the downside is that your full body's going to be exposed when you open the door. Ideally, you want to peek on the backside right here and keep a half head glitch. But then once you do damage, you move forward. You essentially have to move forward in the same path if zone is closing towards you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You run into the same problem. And that takes about, give or take 15 seconds. Now, if you go all the way around and say you peek here and it's like, well, Daz, I'm going to move all the way around this way. Sure, this takes about 35 seconds. And even if I am better at hiding, because I kind of exposed where I was going there, even if I went all the way this way, I don't have enough information. You probably have healed. And now I'm pretty much at a full body right here. Right? And if there's other people looking, somebody's going to find me as I move over and they're going to hear the zip and be like, oh my God, they're over there. Now, the correct path, and there's always one path always to get you to the spot you need. No matter if you're on height, no matter what it is, there's always a ideal pathway. And people are asking, what if I get blasted? Well, they just happen to have better aim, and you got to practice your aim at that point. Now, if you move this way and you work your way in, you're blocking your LOS. Now you're working on a half head glitch right here from the wall. You move up to the next head glitch. You do some damage, right? You move up to the next head glitch right here. At this point, what did every pred do?
Yeah.
And they start blasting and they take your cover and then they engage with you at that point. So this path is ideal. So let's talk about utility and how it's used. Just how I use that there. Now, individuals, and I've had it said before, you know, in the coaching, they say, well, what if I want to use my Q and push forward? Well, the problem is if you use your tactical too early is that you don't have an out. So I'm going to use Lil because she's a pretty good example. Granted, you can be raid. So if I move up here, I can't pull out my weapon for a few seconds and you can start blasting. And now I'm in a worse spot because I can back up from here, but if I get caught out and all three of you guys shove me, I'm by myself. I'm screwed.
Right.
Now, if I use utility to get onto height, then I'm taking a different position. I'm playing a whole different role. The idea was that we're supposed to move forward. Now, the other concept as well is that let's say I'm fighting you and then you blast me. Let's say things don't go well and I'm by myself and I notice I overextended without my teammates. Then I get out.
Tossing jump drive.
Boom, I reposition. I no longer fight.
Storm's there, right?
Well, let's say if you just had no other option, you just had to get away and reposition or something. Maybe you have heat shields. Or you can use the Q to move forward and get to the height right here at that point. Sure. But good assessment. Good call out. At that point, you have to use a utility once you're close. But yeah, it also is a better example. If you use a utility to get here and then the zone is still closing, then you don't have the utility for a minute and they're just going to nade you and move you out. One of the team holding you just move to the side and beam you whilst you're moving along the wall. If they do that, they're going to be fully exposed. If they're fully exposed, then you can move up to this position and start holding this angle. People don't do that. They can look at the wall and try to do some quick peeks, but most of the time, if they're holding an angle over here, they're going to hold height and hold an angle, right? So if they peek on this side, because Chad is asking, then their full body's exposed. Now you're just going for like a straight on like 1v1. At that point, there should be multiple teammates moving over here, and the person who decided to move up here is most likely going to do it by themselves. Unless all three people say, you know what we're going to do? Let's give our positioning and just wide swing all three of them. The only reason you do that, and this is where we segue to the rules of engagement, okay? This is what we call rules of engagement. Did you do enough damage? If you've done enough damage, you can start scaling the fight. Do you have better armors? If you have better armors, you can scale the fight. If you notice that they're distracted, you're getting third party, you can push the fight. Or are you pulling a lot of pressure and do you need to peek for your teammates to alleviate that pressure? Let's say I'm here and somebody's shooting over here, right? There's a lot of what ifs. Kind of keep this simple, chat. And the reason why, if you try to keep it more simple, it's easier that way for the concept. Because remember, if they peek out this way, I could counter and say, what if I have a teammate who's kind of scaling incorrectly and they actually got stuck right here instead? Well, now they're looking, two people are looking at this opponent from this angle right here, right? And both of them are holding half head glitches. Holy crap, my PC is about to die and I'm going to lose chat. So give me a second, I got to plug in my battery. 2 seconds.
Good.
Okay. What's funny is I use a laptop for chat because I like to play with. When I play Apex, I like to play with one monitor. When I do work, I plug in a second widescreen monitor that I got from Mobius. Shout out to Mobius. LO hashtag not an ad, but it is sponsored by Sword Lol. Okay. So yeah, so that's the concept on a larger scale and working your way in, right? There's going to be a lot of variables, and when the person moves to a new spot, the variable changes at all times, unless somebody is stuck in one spot. Just due to time. Okay, how are we doing on time? Okay, we're about 30 minutes in. We're killing it on time right now. I kind of speed run these concepts because we only get a short amount of time. Now, you're probably to kind of answer your question about height. I've had one person contest me on this question, and I've always used this example ever since. So let's say you're on height right here. It's not perfect. Let's just pretend it was more at a half head glitch. What's your favorite range weapon?
Wingman, I guess.
Okay, yeah, we could use wingman. Gonna be hard to shoot me at range. Are you positive on that? You don't want a sniper, you don't want a charge rifle, you don't want a Kraber?
I don't want a charge rifle. I suck with the charge rifle.
That's fair. What about R3, Nemesis, anything? Sentinel?
We can use a wingman.
Okay, let's do it. So let's say I'm all the way back over here, and this is what I'm gonna teach in terms of head glitch. If I'm back here and you have height, Sky, would you say that the spot that you have is superior to mine?
Not really, because I can't see your body.
When I peek this way, let's just say I'm running at you, right? Would you feel comfortable in this position on height?
Of course.
Okay. Now we're gonna turn this into something that makes you feel uncomfortable. So go ahead and heal up. So how you heal is what you're gonna do is you're gonna switch between legends back and forth, or just click on the same legend. There you go. You know, okay, you got it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work my way in, and we're gonna talk about, even though I'm low ground, do you believe that I can have good positioning based on low ground? Kind of a trick question, but.
Probably yes, because of these boxes. Right?
There you go, exactly. So we're gonna showcase chat, and we're gonna teach you as well as we scale what this means. Okay? Let's say we want your spot. We notice that we have better armors, and our team is coordinated and all agrees and says we want to push that height together. So let's scale it. So ready? Blast me best you can. 3, 2, 1, go.
Firing.
Move to the next head glitch. Now I'm at a head glitch here. Move up to damage. Peeking again. Crack, moving up. Using the next head glitch right here. Moving up.
Lost you.
Flush, moving up. At this point, you know what happens at this point is that people have to bat.
Yeah.
And if you bat, I get 5 seconds of free time to scale. By the time you heal, I'm up here and hopefully I've done enough damage to pretty much scale the fight. Or even take the zip and just go right up to you. Right? So boom. So yes, you can scale this fight. You just have to look for stuff out in the open. So let's challenge you a little bit, because you're gaining the concept so quickly that I want to give you pretty much a challenge.
From a wee kip.
You can pick Horizon in this scenario. I'm gonna put you out in the open. So I'm gonna ping over here, okay?
Calls to me.
So you'll start off on the metal sheet, and this one is less obvious, but there is a pathway. There's always a pathway. Now, chat, you're probably wondering, well, what if the pathway is somewhere like Hammond Labs where it's just an open field? Well, then I question why you started trying to scale an open field, all right? This is the beauty of Olympus and why I like the map so much, is that people make a lot of mistakes when we're out in the open. And when you play Vantage, it's just free shots, to be honest. People don't think about the next POI, and it's a game of chess, right? If I asked a question and said, well, when I was crossing out the zone, I didn't have ideal positioning and they had better positioning, it's because they thought 2 steps ahead. And by the time you were there, you should question, man, maybe we shouldn't have taken that fight. Look, it actually costed us the game. And that's where you decipher whether the engagement was fun. And you shouldn't get mad when you lose because you made a bad decision. It's not a bad thing to do quote unquote fun, dumb things. I call them out on my stream all the time because I'm trying to have fun, right? Sometimes you don't want to have to always follow the rules and fundamentals and just sweat out and trying to get a win all the time. Sometimes you want to go fight, but balance it, right? Because you got to use positioning as your underlying basis. People say, oh, you're sweating so hard by using positioning. I mean, not really if it's your fundamental, right? So scaling a fight means you can use different words. People use different words such as scaling, moving into the encounter, pushing the encounter, being aggressive. I call it, I use Marissa's word. I think she called it scaling. And I like the word scaling because you're kind of fanning out. You know, people say the team needs to fan out. We need to work our way in. We have to push. There's so many different terminologies, and that's the problem with Apex Legends. Every pro's gonna use something different. So go back to that metal space right there, and then I want you to work your way from space to space. And if you can, commentate on it. If not, it's okay. Whatever way it works best for you. Whatever you feel most comfortable with. So let's say you're going to the next spot. I'll help you out with it. So work your way to the first spot for half head glitch. Nice. So you got the box there, right? So where do you go from here for half head glitch?
I can go to this log.
Yes. So which way, when you peek the log, which way would you peek?
Right?
Yes, because now you're at half head glitch.
Okay.
So when you
Right.
move on to when you move up, let's say you crack me and I'm looking away and I'm batting. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Where are you at now?
By the tree.
But now you're peeking wide. So where can you go to move forward? Your idea, if you're pushing a
Oh,
fight,
right,
is
okay,
to
okay.
move forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a concept I want everyone to understand. You have to be definitive. It doesn't mean if you're playing defensive and you don't scale or move forward, it doesn't mean you're playing bad, okay? It just means you're looking for information. If you have the information, you can move forward. Information is very key. And keep in mind, pros and players do this at such an accelerated rate that they're not even thinking about it. And sometimes when you're watching it, it looks like they're just moving in mindlessly. There you go. There's a good spot. And let's say I'm batting again. You have 5 seconds to move. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take a look. Want to peek from where you're at? Okay.
You can't see me.
Yeah, now you're peeking wide right here. So if you want to move
Oh, yeah.
forward, like if I found you and you didn't want it to balance the head glitch back and I wanted to get you out, right? Then you had to move forward. So where do you move forward from here? But do you want even better? Here, look right here.
Perhaps we shift our
Mm.
orbit.
Now I'm going to give you the answer because then you're going to be like, oh my God, that's crazy. Because you got this part, so I'll give you just a little bit. So this is great. And I want you to see what it looks like. Let me show you what it looks like so you have like that context, right?
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. So move up. Got a half head glitch. Oh, shoot. Yeah, it's not ideal, but yeah, that kind of works. Half head glitch. Now move up. You're batting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're peeking again. Say I crack you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at this spot.
Oh, that's so hard to see.
Exactly, but I can see you and I can shoot through it. Isn't that
Yeah.
wild? That's where you got to get creative. There's a lot of crazy spots like this. And when you start getting creative when you're positioning, keep in mind on stream, I could always be a little more creative. And sometimes I'm not always thinking outside the box. Maybe I should. Maybe I should just try a little harder. I don't really sweat as much as I do on the weekends because, like, I'm gonna be honest, sometimes it takes a little thought process and sometimes you're just trying to vibe. And that's why I say, what is your intention when you're trying to play? There's nothing wrong with not playing this way, right? If you're watching this and you're getting coaching from me, the idea is that you would like to improve. But you don't have to always sweat like that. If you don't want to, it's okay. Now, one thing I'll say, don't get mad at your teammates and also the people that you're playing with. Don't complain about who you're playing with. You don't know what their intention is. You don't know if that person had a long day at work. You don't know vice versa, what's going on. Who knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now, we have been going for about 31 minutes. We have covered so much information. You're probably like, holy crap, how do we cover that? Any questions?
Well, I was like, just for like a summarization of all the stuff that we've gone over.
Sure.
So it's like moving from head glitch to head glitch and pushing forward, right? Like scaling the fight.
Correct.
What else?
I guess the last thing, because I didn't cover it in much detail, is remember information. Remember the rules of engagement that I kind of gave? The rules. Do you have better armor? Like, let's say, like, let's use the concept that chat was using, that they would just wide peek here.
Reckon we should
Let's say
head
we had all reds and they had all whites. Yeah, honestly, I would just come around this corner and start blasting. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Why? Because if all three of us do it coordinated as a team versus them, statistically, if it was the last team remaining and it was us versus them, we have better armors, and we know that we possibly have better aim, and we're just like, let's just go for it. We win these. I mean, even if they're flesh, they start getting aim punch, right? Do you know what aim punch is?
No.
Oh, you know? All right, well, let's
Oh,
see.
is it like is it like kickback, like flinch?
Yes.
That's what
When does
yeah.
flinch kick in this game?
It's when you get shot.
Good answer, but let me show you. All right, so if you stand still, whenever you aim ADS on me, when I shoot you like this, there is no flinch. Now there is
Oh, it's
flinch.
when you get cracked.
Yep, there you go. Good information to know. So what do you do every time whenever you're... If you have 10 HP, which one do you heal first? Battery or medkit?
Medkit probably.
Battery. Why do we do
Oh.
battery?
Well, but once you get cracked up more, like once you get flinched more.
No, because you're blocking flinch. Remember, flinch happens when you're flush. When you're flush
Oh.
right like this, your body kicks. Going to switch back and forth so you can see that.
Yeah.
And heal up. And you'll notice it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. And just shoot. Shoot out in the open real quick. Do you have that R99 still? Shoot that R99. Yep. And just keep blasting. And I'm going to shoot with you. Ready? Go. Okay. I'm going to crack you. Keep shooting. There you go. See,
Oh.
do you notice that kick is
Yeah, yeah.
dramatic?
straight down.
crazy, right? It's honestly busted. And even if you have really good aim, that flinch is just so crazy. And let's say both, they're flinching and they have zone. When you have such a massive disadvantage being out of zone and then having low armor, and then you're getting, and let's say you're flush, you pretty much can't hit anything. It's really difficult. It's really crazy. So the concept is, that's why people go for armor swaps first, right? Especially when a team's pushing you, because there's a few things that you're covering. They don't know what your flush is at, right? If they hit you, they may back up from the encounter and think, oh my god, they're full healed, right? That's one. Yeah. Because they don't know. If they see the armor, they can't push you immediately to flinch, or just to aim punch, whichever terminology you want to use. And based on that, you still have armor and to avoid aim punch. So I think I just repeated the same thing, so I apologize. But the two concepts there. There's two things. So just make sure that you understand that, and that's why you always go for batteries first, or always heal up as much as you can in that front. Ideally, it would be a purple armor or
just
blue.
Armor swap because it's like the easiest way to get HP.
Exactly. So that's the little caveat or trick there. Finish the down target, grab your armor swap. Now, if you're full health, then you do not go for a full heal or finish that opponent, because you should be pushing the next team, or pushing the other, not next team, but the other guy, right? Because if you're distracted looting and doing something and the other two people leave you, then you're not playing as a squad. Remember that every second matters in a counter, and it's why whenever you guys are in voice, I was so big on making sure that you guys play together, because your team play is key. Whether or not you are playing aggressive or defensive, it doesn't matter. If you have the fundamentals in using head glitches and positioning, and you're coordinated and talking, and even if you're not talking, you can tell based on your teammate if I'm doing something. Let's say we're both right here.
Shall we head this way?
Now that you're a lot more aware and paying attention to what they're doing, and you're watching them at the corner of your eye, if we're both here and then I crack somebody and I'm not on voice comms, but then you instantly see me move. I'm moving from head glitch to head glitch. And I move again. You might start following, because what's going to happen in the feed is you're going to see armor cracked, right? And you start seeing those things, then therefore you're going to ask yourself and say, oh, I need to move forward on this encounter. I need to help my teammate. And those things are indicators, which is why those indicators in game are just so good, right? And then let's say you got third-partied, oh my god, another squad, everyone starts to just run away and reposition at that point. And I honestly question, if you got third-partied, why you took the fight to begin with, because then you got third-partied immediately after. Meaning you need to pay attention to how many squads are nearby. And when people say, well, I get third-partied all the time, I was like, well, yes, of course. You almost, honestly, from trial and error, you should know that a third party is coming, right?
Right.
If you, let's say there are 15 squads remaining and there's only 2 zones left, what's going to happen if you push somebody? Third party. Like, just guaranteed.
No, it's going to be like fifth party.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Like, why would you push then? It doesn't make any sense. You know that everyone's nearby. Logically, they're close by. Even let's go less extreme. Let's say there's still 18 squads remaining and the zone is relatively big. The first fight you go into is most likely going to get a third party. If you notice the fight takes an extended period of time, you got 1 knock, somebody in the kill feed noticed that and said, wait a minute, they're trading, they got knocks. Another thing that can be a big indicator is you see a seer ult go out. You see a Horizon ultimate used. You see utility being thrown. You see a Bangalore ult. Those things are big indicators that the team is actually engaged. And sometimes they call it pretend fighting. Sometimes teams will kind of go into it and they just like not engage. Like they're shooting at a distance, like, oh, this is a pretend fight. They're all shooting from a distance. And therefore, if you get involved, they're both going to look at you, because you're the team that's most likely going to be caught out. And look at you, bunny hopping. I love it. For a player who just hopped in, like, your game sense and your thought process is really great. So now we are at almost 40 minutes in. So what we're going to do, let's go on a small scale real quick, and let's do that 1v1 again. Remember how it went at the beginning, and I want you to keep in mind positioning. Now, granted, there is going to be a discrepancy in terms of aim, and I understand that. What I'm looking for, win or lose, it doesn't matter, is just that you're using positioning. I will call you out and say you're wide swinging me and disrespecting me. Now, I will call out, if I crack you, I'm going to shove, okay? Because I have the health advantage. If we were equal health, then I won't shove. So let's give it another go. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, you wide swung there. All the time you made it hard for me, though. Not bad. And of course, I got the health advantage at this point, so what I'm going to do? I'm going to shove. Oh my god, I'm whipping so hard. Okay. But you see how the encounter, like, before you wide peeked, notice that now what we're looking for is little mistakes. Usually what at that point where you're looking for until somebody pushes you is a little mistake. But until then, I'm gonna be honest, I was trying to hit you. I honestly just started switching the wingman just to get the shot off. But every time you were peeking that angle, it was very difficult to hit you. It was very difficult. I was having a hard time.
Kind of trapped though. Like you were like freely moving from here to here to here. You know?
Yes, and
I was just kind of trapped behind this little box.
so there are ways to counter. So let's talk about counter pressure. Let's say you are playing defensively because you're in think of your position as a position of strength, especially if you're holding it. If I'm moving around, the moment I moved was a moment that you could catch me out, right? Technically, you could say that would be a mistake. Whenever I move, let's say whenever I'm crossing and moving in, what I'm trying to do is box you in. Whenever I move from here to here, you could hit me for 40 damage. And if you did, you could start pushing me. Those are my mistakes too. They could be used against me. Everything that we use can be used against us, okay? So let's say I'm only allowed to hold this pressure. I need you to work your way in, okay? So do the same thing that I did before, but split. So ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
What?
At this point, because I had the damage advantage, it was a position of weakness, or you quote unquote. You're like, well, you just scaled. Yeah. But you see how the difference was is that every time you moved in, I was still maintaining presence. This is what we call presence. I'm showcasing presence, but then I duck and hide, or I'll pre-fire and shoot where I think you're going to peek. People do this all the time in game. I can almost tell when somebody's going to move. And how can I tell? Because if they've already crossed, usually it's about like a 1 or 2, 3 seconds before they actually peek or do something. Even if I were to hold right here, it's also presence and pressure. If you saw me for 2 seconds and I don't peek, you're less inclined to actually push. Because what if I hear your footsteps and then I start shooting, right?
Yeah.
So don't look at it as you holding, meaning that it's a bad thing. Sometimes me moving forward and scaling, the whole premise of playing that wave from moving cover to cover is to intimidate you and have you unsure when you're supposed to shoot. If you counter that and then you actually shoot, it stops me in my tracks. It just will. Right. Sarah, thank you so much for 20 months. Holy, let's go. I appreciate you. I miss you, Sarah. Let's go. I miss you so much, Sarah. Okay, so now let's do this again. But your 1v1 is better. So look at it as a positive of what you're doing. You're holding the half head glitch, and let's say you want to back up. It's okay to back up and then turn and burn, okay? If I'm moving and then you move at the same time, I can't necessarily just always shoot you in the back. The timing is everything. So let's say you wanted to keep scaling and moving up, and I move backwards. So let's do that again. Ready? 3, 2, 1, I'll stay in place.
Okay.
And I'm behind you. Look at that. Just move. Just maintain presence and maintain pressure. Go to the spots you know that you want.
Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, when you were over here.
Yep.
Like on this box.
You can back up to the other box right behind you. It's only like 2 feet away. So let's replicate that.
If I were running that, then you could just peek and beam me because you have such a good angle right there.
True. Let me show you. So go to peek here. It's all about waiting for the right moment. Let's say you peek right there. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. And I move back. Now, what normally happens if you do that much damage, you start running at me, and then I just turn, and then you're out in the open unless you use the head glitch right there. Right? But to maintain pressure, and this is where aim comes in, right? We'll talk about aim. Granted, when I moved, it wasn't exactly perfect. You still shot me a little bit. But the concept is still there, because even if I was right here and you moved up, you still have another area to move up towards, right? So you kind of have to feel at that timing. If we blast and you think I'm reloading, then you can move. Sometimes you're wrong. Sometimes you're right. It really depends. But your reload and when you think they're engaging is everything.
Good to be back.
All right? So even though you would say this is a position of like, oh, well, you're scaling up. Well, at that point, technically this head glitch is slightly better than that one. And of course, if there's a difference, then you would say it's just on aim. Now, I encourage everyone to not rely on your aim, okay? The reason why I say not to rely on your aim is because let's give an example right here and why cover matters. So let's say you're right there and I'm right here and I'm looking at another team, okay? When I count 3, 2, 1, I want you to blast me the best you can. So ready? 3, 2, 1, go. right? At this point, sure, I did some damage to you and I flicked, right? And I started blasting. But if you were behind cover right here and you anticipated the encounter, let's say we go again. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh wait, I had to.
Oh, you're good.
Okay. Go.
3, yeah. Oh. There you go. Now you were exposed out in the open, but you went to cover right away. So what I would say, just be behind cover initially and already start shooting and then duck, and then it makes it harder for me to shoot you right away. Because I would have to have insane reaction time to do it. And sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes like I've done this exercise and I turn and I do more damage, but that's because I've aim trained a lot of hours. You know. Sometimes you just get, sometimes you just quote unquote get lucky. Now, if I was VOD reviewing this person, I would say, why the heck are they standing out in the open? I said, just because you got good aim doesn't mean you got to play dumb. Like this is arguably dumb. Okay, I hate to be a little blunt and mean about it, but if somebody is literally that good, what are you doing? Why are you making it so easy for your opponent to shoot? Right? If there's 3 people looking at me and they're all silver players, I could probably still get knocked. And what drives me crazy is when players who are really good, who run out in the open and make mistakes, they're like, wow, those guys are so bad, I don't understand this game. They start like making a ruckus and say, my teammates holding up and he pushed me, I did over 1,000 damage. You're like, bro, you stood out in the open. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, Jesus Christ, like, stop. Like, please, be nice, be respectful, treat others how you want to be treated. You know, it's just, I don't know what else to say. Like, just be a good person. It's not that hard. Like, that's why on stream when I say I move up and I died, I'm like, oh, I knew that was dumb. I shouldn't have done that. Like that was a really dumb play, you know. And that's just kind of how it works. Okay, your 1v1s are better, so I'm gonna challenge you to always keep moving from cover to cover, okay? And try not to stay in one spot, but also try to keep at a half head glitch and know when I'm gonna shoot. So ready? 3, 2, 1, go. And you can use the wingman. That's fine. I'm gonna use the wingman. Oh shoot. Kind of in a rough spot.
Yeah.
It's alright. Ain't good reposition. I whiffed. I shouldn't have whiffed. Oh my god, my aim is horrible this morning.
Shooting at me.
Jeez. I can't hit anything. My god, I can't hit anything. This is crazy. I mean, the head glitch is good, but jeez, I'm like, all right, I'm pulling out the R9. I can't hit anything with the wingman right now.
Oh my god.
Well, my wingman is trash right now. I don't know what to say. Okay, that's kind of an aggro push, but. Woo! Okay, that was close. No. Dude, I couldn't hit anything with the wingman. I cannot believe it. That's crazy. Oh my god.
Oh, so close.
If I just landed something, that would have been so nice. But the head glitch is nasty. Just so you see it. It's so hard to hit that spot because of bullet velocity. Just so you see it. It's such a pain in the butt, but it's so good. Right here, look at that. So when you try to hit, like if you're like, oh, I'm trying to hit it, try to hit it. It sucks. I hate it. I hate it so much. It sucks so bad to try to hit this. But now you see why positioning is so important. Like, now if you wide peek me, sure, it's whatever. It's so easy. That's why whenever you started wide peeking, I just pull out the R9 and I said, screw this, man. I'm just hoping that you'll, like, I'll hold down the spray and then a bullet when you walk into it will just hit you. Notice how I just hold that spray down. Like, if you peek that angle and just keep peeking, at some point I'll hit you.
Yeah.
That's why spray weapons were used so much in ALGS. If you're looking for consistent damage, it's just so much better to hold the beam down, which is another concept to teach. So if you're wondering how do people beam from a distance, well, let's cover that. Because I know that I was watching some of your range gameplay, and let's say let's get you a little more used to our like ARs, okay?
Okay.
What gun do you find intimidating? Flatline, R301?
Flatline.
Okay, let's use the flatline.
I mean, I like it, but it's just kind of sporadic for me.
Sure, we'll cover it. We're gonna make it easy. We're gonna make it easy for you at this point. Let's grab a 2x on it. Let's just put everything, deck it out. Grab your favorite sight. I don't even have to be a 2x. Just whatever is your favorite. Even put a gold mag on it for all that matters. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna stand here, and I'm gonna stand all the way over here. Okay.
Okay.
So this is an interesting concept. Now, most pros, what they will not do is they won't peek like this. How often do you see a pro player when they wide peek an angle? Like, they're not going to just keep sliding like this, right?
Yeah.
A player holds the angle close, and then they peek it and duck back and forth, right? So there's two ways. Now, with the flatline recoil, what you do, pull down a little bit and then pull to the left. So go ahead and do that for me. Pull down a little bit and then to the left. Or sorry, to the right. I'm an idiot.
Right?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. I was like flipping it as if it was your end. And then it goes left, right, left, right, left, right. Now, that's all you got to do is hold that beam. So when I'm gonna challenge you. What do you think that you actually, when I'm right here, do you have to track me to land your shots?
No, just shoot the edge of the wall.
There you go. Smart. Love it. You make my life easy when it comes to coaching. Some people don't always get that. I love it. So essentially, whenever I peek, it's not a matter of, people always try to track an opponent. But your goal is to literally just control the recoil, because you never know how the recoil is always going to spread. And you're like the Eye of Sauron, right? You're just like a beam, essentially.
Yeah.
All you got to do is hold it down.
Yeah, and sometimes the recoil helps you because it like goes left to right.
Exactly. So ready? So if I peek this, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to strafe back and forth. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Actually, I should have done this in reverse. So I'm going to stand still first. So go ahead and beat me down best you can by me standing still. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Do the same thing, because I just saw your beam a second ago. You did about 50. Do the same thing. Pretend I am standing still, okay? Please, just pretend I'm standing still. 3, 2, 1, go. Look at that. Crazy, right?
Yeah. It was
Just
hard though.
It is, and trust me, with the flat line, just pull down a little bit and then go left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Now, if you peek somebody, naturally, if you have somebody who has better recoil control, so go again. Ready? 3,
right,
2, 1, go. And that's when you hit flunch. Whoever hits flunch first at that point, you just got to, you can't shoot anymore. You can't really peek somebody whenever you're flunch. Once the crack happens, you just kind of go back. It's kind of a race who can get the crack first, right?
That's also wasn't strafing too.
True.
I was just like going like this.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, when you're holding an AR, you're holding a sniper. Even if there's only so much you can move. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which is
Otherwise,
why
it goes off your aim.
Yeah, it throws off your aim, and then you're, I don't know, I guess bouncing around like a maniac. So yeah, agreed. Now, when it comes to snipers, the only thing I can recommend, let's say if I'm using a longbow, is that you want ADS and shoot depending on the cadence of the weapon. I'll give an example. Let's just say I have a 3x, right? I'm gonna stand right here. Essentially, every time I un-ADS, I'm able to move because the next shot doesn't, like when I shoot, I have time in between to shoot. Let me use more of an extreme example. Let's use a Sentinel because it has a slower reload. Essentially, I can un-ADS. Most people make the mistake of always staying ADS. So let's say I go again. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. See how I'm able to duck and weave, but I un-ADS immediately.
Yeah.
And start moving because I'm waiting for the gun to reload anyways, and I can duck and weave back, and I can do a quick shot, duck and weave and back, quick shot, duck and weave and back, quick shot, duck and weave and back, quick shot, duck and weave and back. Of course, the idea is that you land the shots, but I'm whipping today. My single shots are just was pretty wild. Doing free coaching, I thought we were doing paid now. I haven't done paid in a while. There were limited seatings for the masterclass. I've always done free stuff. The idea is always to stay with free coaching, guys. If I sell limited seatings, and if you go look at any of the masterclass stuff, it says limited seatings. Limited. Meaning I probably won't ever do it again. I said this is a one-time offer and selling coaching sessions. Otherwise, you see them for free and drawn on the stream. Okay, we have 8 minutes left. Unfortunately, we spent most of our time in the range, but we covered a lot of concepts, and I think that these are all important. I'll teach you one more, just kind of a speed run version of it. If you are forced to peek from an angle and don't have a choice, let's say I'm right here and no other wall exists here or here, and for some reason you're put in a scenario where you don't have to, where you're forced to just peek and you start right here. What would you do?
Like in there right here?
Yeah, and there's no other geometry and you just kind of have to peek them. How would you peek? It's a wide swing. I'll give it to you. That is an option.
I'm moving fast.
Yeah. The idea is, and let's think of more Valorant and CSGO. So let's say you're there. and I'm holding this spot, I'm at a predetermined spot. So there you go. Call this slice on the pie. Let's split. What I want you to do is to shoot me the minute you see me. So go and hide behind that box, half egg glitch. Well, it could be a strength being in that position. You can always counter. Remember, everything that I'm teaching always has a counter. It's almost like playing chess. Everything's a counter. You just got to counter. You know, it kind of becomes a ridiculous gameplay of, let's say, at the end of the day, you're saying, okay, well, I'm going to peek this angle. Well, if you peek it, I'm going to pre-fire you. Well, if you pre-fire me, what I'm going to do is I'm pre-fire before you. Well, it's like, if we're both going to pre-fire, then I'm going to nade you out to put pressure. Well, if you nade me out, I'm going to put Watson Gen behind me. Well, if you put Watson Gen, then I'm going to shoot at the Watson Gen, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cue right behind you. You know, like, it gets to, like, become a game of chess, and whoever does it the fastest, right? So I'm going to heal up. The minute you see me, I want you to shoot. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So how did I do that?
Well, it's kind of like, I don't know what it's called in Apex, but like in a 1v3 situation in other games, you like limit your angle until you...
Yes, there you go. Perfect. And it doesn't matter where you start, right? You're just pretty much like Sherlock Holmes deciphering it and breaking it down, right?
Yeah.
That's the concept. So even if I start over here, you slice the pie. Now, the further away from the wall, the better, because then you can slice. There you go. Yeah, slice the pie better. Now, the other person, if they pre-fire and they hear your footsteps, it's just a matter of like, okay, well, you're going to pre-fire me. Well, I'm going to try my best to pre-fire you back. And then it becomes a game at that point of who has the game sense to pre-fire before the other, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's the concept behind it. I call it slicing the pie. I use it a lot. Because ideally, you're always going to see them. When you're breaching a building, it's the same concept, you know? If you don't have a choice and the door is there, then you start to breach and clear and say, okay, when do I see your head? So go ahead and put yourself at a random spot right there, and then I'll kind of give you my thought process. Ready? Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, cutting. I see. I don't see you, so I'm going to start shooting. I know based on the shot, by the time I shoot, because it takes a second of your brain to actually do it, and I'm commentating over it, I know that at that point, you have to be there. You have to. It's the best spot to hold. It's the most realistic one. Now, let's say they do something crazy and they kind of are just standing out in the open. Well, whatever. Now they're just standing out in the open. It is what it is, you know? But ideally, if you're playing against a player who's smart, and if I notice that a player isn't playing head glitches or playing smart, then I'm like, this must be a gold player. It must be a silver player. It must be a player who doesn't know what they're doing. They're standing out in the open. That's wild. Even though they're holding an angle and playing defensively, I'll call this playing aggro. Because you're not using positioning. Like, you got to have some respect for your opponent. You got to play smart, you know? Like, if you were in a real life situation like this, or you were, let's use this 1 HP. Let's say you were 1 HP, you would not be standing there. You would be hiding behind that box, praying, and be like, okay, I gotta heal, I gotta wait. I heard him, I just gotta shoot. Screw it.
That right here.
Exactly, and then you wait and you maintain pressure. Moving from cover to cover hard, especially when getting shot at. It's really not. You just have to pay attention to what they're shooting. Just as we explained earlier, and we did it with Sky, and I said, moving from cover to cover, I want you to shoot me best you can. And then if you find cover and you wait for bullets and then you wait, that's where the game sense comes in. And if people say, well, I don't understand when to do it, well, you got to make mistakes. If you peek in that moment, you're like, okay, well, that was a bad time to peek. And you digest that. That's why it's important to spar. Now, people say, okay, when you push, you can spar and improve upon that. But it's one fundamental of the game. It doesn't mean that's going to net you all the wins in the world. You have to understand macro decisions when going around the map, and you have to understand micro decisions. Understand as well, like, all that information is key. So we come full circle at about 4 minutes remaining. We come full circle, right? Maybe you can win this fight, but there's a team nearby. Is it worth pushing that fight? Is your intention to get first place, or do you want to just keep fighting and just keep improving your aim? If you improve your aim and you want to keep practicing micro level fighting, I don't know, go do pubs. Or if you want to do it in ranked, you can go do it in ranked, but do not rage at your teammates, and then try to set up your teammates for success, and hopefully you did a good amount of damage. Just don't throw your games. You know what I mean? Like, if you have no idea what you're doing, you go do it in ranked, then I'm pretty sure people will get upset. I hope that they don't, but at the same time, you have to understand what you're doing for or not for your teammates. Try another 1v1 and push? Sure. Okay, so we're going to do this again, now that you understand all the head glitches. And the same way before, I want you you just move however you want, and I'm going to work my way into you. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm not even going to shoot. Okay, Bari? See? There you go. It's reading, and granted, because I'm coaching Sky, keep this in mind, this is not Sky's fault. I'm literally coaching her. I've already read her patterns, and I'm literally teaching her new patterns, which I know how to counter. So it's a little unfair. So you have to understand that's unfair. Now, even if I put myself in a difficult situation, and how you maintain pressure back, even from that shooting, you get them cracked. Once they crack, they're batting, and then you move forward. It's pretty much what we had to piece together. So if we're all the way over here, and I say, okay, well, the same way like we're working in an open field, just like we did earlier, it's the same premise, and I think this kind of comes full circle, where go ahead and start here, same scenario. I guess you can just use the best head glitch you can from over there and just maintain pressure, and I'll just keep scaling. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. I'm gonna use this instead right here.
Another thing is that it's hard to like know where you are if you're peeking in cover.
Exactly. You don't know when I'm gonna peek.
Well, I don't know when, but I also don't know where. Oh, lucky shot.
And at that point you fight. We took yours. We see you're reloading, I'm just gonna go for it, and GG's. Yeah, that's where you use movement. It's a good question, Josh. You use movement at that point. What about a tap strafe to cover? And when I'm moving, I'm using tap strafes. I'm moving in. Little ones, you know. And if they start shooting at me, I'll do a double tap strafe. Are we gonna see in Sky in game? Unfortunately, we don't have time. We'll see how the next person is, because the next person is here at 12:30. What I'm hoping what Sky will do at this point, I always cater the experience a little differently. She's standing still a bit too much. Well, that becomes in terms of cover, right? So everything we taught in terms of maintaining positioning, moving side to side and everything, right? You got to piece it all together. But at least the concept of holding a head glitch and backing up is always important. But most people, when they peek around cover, do stand still. And even when we cover the premise at range, even if I move left and right and I just maintain the recoil right down the center, you'll land your shots. We've already showcased that in the corner over there. There's only so much I can move while taking a half head glitch, and if they land the pressure back, it is kind of what it is. And so you got to keep that in mind whenever you're shooting. And then it becomes a matter of like, okay, well, they won that encounter, I'm going to reposition and take a different angle. What about a tap strafe 360? Well, the tap strafe, a super glide, the downside about it is if you super glide, you're running right at them without positioning.
I just did it.
Yeah, so if you're using, that's crazy that you learn that quickly. Even I'm not that great at it. If you use super glide and you push forward, you better, oh, there we go. You better hope that this person is cracked and you're just kind of going for a play. If you super glide and there's a person here and a person here, you're standing out in the open. So this works in pubs against players that are not expecting it, or you're just kind of going for a Hail Mary because you have to go for a Hail Mary because there's no other option. And it can look really impressive, but whenever you're, let's say you're in ALGS and everyone's holding ankles, it just doesn't do much for you. So that's why you don't see pros constantly practicing super glides, or like Imperial How. You're not going to see him run around and super gliding on everybody, but his positioning, his game sense, and how he plays is next to none. Like the dude has good game sense. He knows exactly what he's doing. That's why he's a pro player. I use super glide tap strafe to go into cover. Well, keep in mind when you're going in the air, that's a simple aim training exercise. Let's say, you know, Sky was right here and I anticipated it and I'm ready for it, and I see a super glide and you're trying to get over there and I hit you for 30 and then I peek from here, I have the advantage. So you have to, information is important whether or not you decide on how you're going to engage that encounter. So while everything I'm saying has its place, there's always a counter to that counter, and that's really important. Because you could say, oh, well, you know what? If they're behind cover, I'm going to nade them out. Well, if I nade them out, I'm going to throw my Q, so then it boosts them up in the air. Well, if I boost them up in the air, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my my fuse ult and I'm going to blast you back. Well, if you use your fuse ult, what I'm going to do is I'm going to super glide out of it. Well, if you super glide out of it, afterwards I'm going to take height above me and start shooting you. If you take height above me, I'm going to back up to the tank over here and use cover, so then you have to move outside of cover. Well, if you see how it becomes just a game of counter. If you're at that game, somebody's going to make a mistake and not do it fast enough. Somebody's going to mess up the super glide. Somebody's going to run at the incorrect timing. Somebody's going to run and they're going to have their back turned at that one moment. Even though you see players do it at a high level, there are certain players that are able to do it faster or slower. So if you cross and you do it quickly, awesome. If you do it slowly, then you got to improve upon that. Pacing is everything. So when people say push and play aggressively, what you're working on is pacing, and you want to learn how to pace yourself. You can understand the fundamentals and you can think as strategically, but you got to have every bit of it. You can't just be a master strategist with no aim and no understanding of cover. You can't just have amazing cover and great aim, but have no strategy behind what you're doing. You need everything to succeed. And if you're missing a part of the puzzle, then you're not going to be a perfect teammate. It's better to probably be well-rounded than it is to be a master of something. You've all seen it. It's somebody who has incredible aim but absolutely no game sense. Then it does nothing for your squad. And then you have the opposite end of somebody who's playing super passive, playing like, you know, master strategy, but then won't help their teammates. You know? Capitalizing on others' mistakes is tough. That is not true. That is 100% easy to do. Throw in their C-roll and then it becomes like the easiest thing in the world. Times 2, times 10. But essentially, if you notice, okay, there's 2 people here and there's 1 person over there. This person's by themselves. That cracked. I'm moving up on this. Because at this point, we've established as a team that we're going to fight him. We isolate him out. I got the head glitch right here now, right? You have to make those fast decisions. Those fast decisions come, and if you can't make them, that's why you fight, and you have to do it. So, Sky, we're at time, and I apologize. I know we didn't get to go in game, but I know that I kind of wanted to cover a lot of these basics for you, and I know we didn't get time in game, but maybe we'll get time in game when we hop in the Discord at some point. Thoughts? Feeling pretty good? Helpful, not helpful, horrible coaching, good coaching. 10 out of 10 would take it again.
Of course.
All right. Well, message me in like 2 weeks, like outside of like, let's say we hop in the Discord and we play together. But message me in 2 weeks and let me know how that thought process in terms of taking cover and positioning is working out for you. I guess the last thing I'll leave you with is what your role is. Remember, everyone has a role. There's more roles than there are people, okay? You have entry frag, you have off angle, you have support, you have anchor, and everyone has to fill a different role, and there's IGL and so forth. So keep in mind, be flexible within your role, pay attention to what your teammates are doing, think about that positioning, and I promise you'll be better for it.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Des.
No worries. Thank you so much, Sky, for hopping in and being a part, and yeah, we'll speak soon.
All right.
All right, bye.
See you. Bye.
Okay, now we're going to go into the next one. We have V10 on stream. I always appreciate people hop in because, listen, they're putting themselves out there, and they're helping you guys also be educated. So please, I don't know if this is the same person. We'll see who it is. But please give a love to Sky for being very kind and giving her time for her day. Granted, hopefully she learned a lot, but you know, the fact that they're more than willing to hop on stream and do this kind of stuff is awesome because it helps you guys. It's free coaching, yes, but the whole premise is that everyone learns together and then we move forward essentially. Because yes, I would sell this in terms of a coaching. So if you say, well, then if you're doing it for free, then what's the point of the 1v or the buying coaching? Well, there's always something to improve upon. Yes, you get the concepts down. Now we got to go in game and practice it. Now I got a VOD review. Now I got to explain why the timing is off here. Maybe the timing is too aggressive here. Maybe that fight wasn't worth taking. And so there's a lot to break down. And all these concepts don't necessarily come all at once. They sometimes take a little bit to, I don't know, like for a better word, just master, I guess. I mean, still, I'm working on it. Pros are working on it. That's why they have coaches and so forth. See if V10's ready. Okay, I'm going to go and give him a call. I don't know if I have them added. Hello, V10. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Do I have you added?
Nope.
Okay. Have you ever? We have never done coaching together, have we?
No.
Okay, I figured not. I saw you were in the Discord for a while. When I roll, and I'm like, oh, they've been here for a while. I'm like, I don't know how, because I try to do as many sessions for free, but still.
That's fair enough.
How do I get coaching in the Discord? I just draw it at random, or I like do sign up forms and stuff like that. If I sell services is because it's a limited time event or I do something like that, and I always say it's limited time because I don't like to sell services too much because I like to do it for fun and for free because I enjoy it. And if I didn't, then I don't know why would I do it? You know what I mean? So go ahead and add me. Can you add me _Daz?
Yep.
What I do is I put them, once you all sign up, there's an Excel sheet, and I use this website. I drag all the names from the Excel sheet and put them in this thing, and I hit draw. And it just draws random people. If it's somebody I've coached recently, I'll just say, okay, well, I'll put that person lower on the list because I know that they've been coached before. But I try to keep tabs on who's been coached and who hasn't, so that I don't double up. So then you see new people every time. So you've probably been watching, so who knows if you've already gotten these concepts, maybe we'll expedite it. If not, we'll work on the same thing. We'll work on different things. Everyone's got something different to work on. Hey, Funk, what's up, man? It's good to see you. How you enjoying that Skypad, dude? Okay, who's your main?
Valk.
Okay, I'm gonna switch to Valk so we're the same hitbox.
Woo. And then back in the game.
Okay, same thing. So you're watching the stream?
On and off.
Okay. So maybe we'll cover the same concepts. Maybe we won't. Grab yourself a red armor, completely deck yourself out. Wingman R99. All purple items, no skull piercer. All purple across the board. Usually what happens when everyone gets these concepts, we start going above and beyond, right? But it's important to get the basis, you know? Everything's important in the front. Man, my wingman shots were atrocious today. It's crazy. I didn't warm up, to be fair, and my single shots I just got to work on. Hey, John, what's going on, man? It's good to see you. It's been weird, though. It takes a bit to adjust to, but honestly, I would never use another mouse pad. And I haven't. I've literally had Skypad for like probably over a year. Stuff is good. I think what I like most about it is a consistent surface. The surface is always the same. All I got to do is wipe it clean. The issue that I had prior is, I'm going to start over here.
We can cruise over here.
I'm going to do 1v1.
Wings up.
Oh, then GSR to Skypad is a pretty dramatic shift. That's, yeah, because the GSR is pretty slow. And then it also gets dirty really quick. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Fire.
Okay, one more 1v1.
Got one. Enemy down.
And then you need one more. I like had no idea where Valk was. It's crazy. Okay, so you took center, which is fine, and you ego challenged me for the 1v1. I took it. I took the bait. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Try to take a different position, just out of curiosity.
Taking fire.
Okay, not bad positioning, pretty solid.
Slash one.
So you know how to use half head glitches. Let's go ahead and drill it out real quick and see how fast you are working around the corner, around the area, okay? So if I'm going to respond to chat, I know there's a few things in chat. I promise you I'm going to respond. But we're doing also free coaching, and I promise you there's a lot of tips and stuff you can learn here. So we're going to drill it real quick because you kind of saw the stream, so I'm going to kind of do a safe assumption that you know how to work from cover to cover. We're going to drill it real quick, okay? So ready? We're going to start from here. Every time you move from cover to cover, I'm going to count 3, 2, 1, and move to the next head glitch, okay? Ready? 3, 2, 1, move. 3, 2, 1, move. 3, 2, 1, move. Okay, that's fine. We'll keep moving forward. Ready? 3, 2, 1, move.
This is like the head glitch right here.
Yeah, but let's say that they're peeking all around the angle. Where can you go around the map here?
All right,
Let's
so
start.
we're back here.
Yep. Where can you go from here?
Right here.
Yep.
Scan this area.
3, 2, 1, move. Don't stop. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Go. 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 There you go. So let's go again. You see where this is one thing I want to clean up for you. Don't hesitate on those spots. Remember, if you're caught in a bad spot, you know you have to get there. You're gonna just have to get there. Now the reason why is that if you pause here and the other person's waiting, you're just giving them ample time to kind of pre-fire you. Okay. So let's back up again. Let's keep going around. At some point, think of this as your foundation. Okay, of working cover to cover. We might do the other exercise unless you watched it. Otherwise, we'll come up with new ones for you. Okay. So ready? Again, no matter what, there's always some way to work your way into a fight. So start from here and ready to go. 3, 2, okay, 3, 2, 1, move.
From here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yep, keep going. Keep rocking. 3, 2, 1, move. 3, 2, 1, move. 3, 2, 1, move. Perfect. Let's go, dude. One more. 3, 2, 1, move. Don't hesitate. Keep moving. Yes. Okay, so based on this 1v1, now what have you learned and what have you noticed from it? Or based on the positioning?
I noticed that I just hesitate moving from cover to cover. I'm just trying to overthink and go where to...
Yeah, so with Sky, now that we created the foundation, now we're moving on to the next level, essentially, of it. Don't hesitate. Keep moving. And every time you're taking a position, when you look at this map and you keep doing it, what becomes of this map? Once we say we keep doing it over and over and over again, right? What would you say it becomes of it? How does it feel?
I mean, if you're playing with me, it just sort of rotates, right? You go from here, like if
Yeah.
you're starting where you're at, and I'm on the opposite side. We're just doing like clockwise rotations.
It becomes
around the
linear,
map.
right?
Yeah.
It becomes the same no matter what we do. Try to think of it as on a larger scale, that the map, let's say we're fighting in, I don't know, estates. Okay, well that's a 1v1 area. Kind of think of like mixtape as when they find all those areas, those are small little areas that look like this, maybe about 2 or 3 times the size, right? But there's a bunch of stuff in the way. But there's always a certain way that you play it, certain head glitches that you go to, certain angles that you push, and it's always the same every single time.
Yeah.
It doesn't change, it doesn't deviate. So therefore, let's try to come up with a different scenario. So let's catch it. Let me, if you don't mind, I'll give you a little bit more time. Somebody said if I sound a certain way over voice chat. Okay, let's answer. Fowlad. Apologies if I mispronounced your name. I keep getting told I'm too old to get better at this game. I keep telling them that they have no idea what they're talking about, so I'm here. You're never too old, dude. I'm 32, and people who are really young still suck at the game. Just have good foundation, good fundamentals, and you'll be just fine. It's like this game. The game is complex. People do stupid stuff all the time. I see people ego challenge and think that movement is good, and all of a sudden they get beamed for free. And if you don't have good aim, then go in the test range and practice it. We don't know what too old is for gaming. Okay, I'll tell you whenever I reach 40 if I'm too old. But from what I've discovered, I went from Jade to Master Voltaic, and I'm getting closer to Grandmaster. And I'm 32 years old. If I go back in time 10 years ago, my aim was absolute garbage and trash. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I just didn't, I don't think I had the inherent skill base or level. Somebody else said, first catching stream so far, and there's still much stuff to watch. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Don't forget to leave a like. Fire! Holy crap, let's go, dude. I appreciate you, man. Coming in with a bunch of people. And Scream says, I wish that people in the Apex community were less toxic towards individuals. Listen, there's always going to be hateful people online. Don't let them ruin your game. I tweeted about this recently. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do, there's always hateful people, unfortunately. Mute them, play the best of your ability. The whole point is that we're playing a video game. So let's play a video game, right? If people are so hell-bent on other things, I don't know what to tell you, man. They have issues. Like, just mute them. I don't know what their problem is, but they exist everywhere, and those people aren't people in my book. They're something else. I don't know. Sorry, and don't worry, I'm gonna add your time back so you don't feel like you're losing anything, V10.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm catching up with chat because we are doing this live, and I appreciate you. Yo, you know, thank you so much, and also Fire. Can we do an I'm gonna exclamation point chat Fire. If you guys don't know who Fire is, be sure to go watch his stream. He's a very amazing friend, amazing dude. Produces Warzone content. If you're looking for educational content, you got to check out Fire. You just hopped in with a bunch of viewers. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. And right now we're doing coaching. So now what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to create another fast exercise for you and how you work your way into a fight. Okay? And we're going to talk about it. So I'm going to kind of stump you. Let's work our way in from over here. So follow me. Follow me.
Where are you?
I'm over here.
You are blending in. Okay, got it.
We can cruise over
Okay,
here.
this is what we're going to do. I'm going to give you a very tricky one. Okay? You do viewers VOD review? Yeah, of course. Okay, I'm gonna be standing on the top of the roof, okay?
Cruise over there.
Okay.
You are gonna start up here. I'm gonna give you 2 tries to work your way in. This one is very tricky. This is not an easy one. Because you've been watching the stream, I wanted to give you a difficult one. Give you something different. Essentially, all I gotta do is find a spot and then say, okay, you start from here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have you point an area for where you want me to scale a fight and then where you're gonna be planted, okay? So let's say I'm here. So how would you? Well, this one's very, very tricky. I'm gonna be honest. This one is a twofold. How would you scale and work your way into this fight?
You want me to show it or just do the ping?
Yeah, you could shoot and then work your way in and move in.
And you want me to go into the building or exactly on the roof?
Anywhere, wherever you want to go.
Got it. And utilities allowed?
Well, with Valkyrie, I mean,
I am Valk.
If you're flying up in the air, I'm pretty sure you're gonna die. So.
Yeah,
I don't recommend it in this scenario.
all right. Cool.
This one's very hard. I would say this is on like a scale of like 8, maybe almost 9 out of 10. Okay.
Am I allowed to like shoot?
Yeah.
Just like
put pressure,
okay.
And then maybe
everything.
Let's say I'm cracked right now. I'm healing. Move 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You gotta move forward. You gotta move forward. Okay, there you go. Yes. Okay. Okay, I'm cracked again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Where can you move? Okay, tricky, right? Because now your whole body's exposed. Your whole body was exposed here. I'm glad you got in the building. The building is good cover. But if you're trying to scale, how can we do this? Try one more time. This one is very hard, okay? I'm going to be very honest with you. But I wanted to give... Yeah, back from the top. Because realistically, you're going to have to be exposed for a minute as you drop from height and you scale. And people probably asking, why the heck would you scale from that height? Well, because it's part of the exercise. Just kind of bear with me on the process, okay? Let's say you don't have a choice and the zone is closing on you and that you have to push in. So ready? 3, 2, 1, move. I'm cracked. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, where can you peek to do damage?
From this door, open it up slightly and then just peek like this.
Okay, now I'm going to give you the better answer. But good thought process. Remember, the idea is always to be at a half head glitch. And this one's really, really hard because the head glitches where you peek from, you have to be very creative. You could start me at any point in the map, and I'll give you, like, even if you think it's tricky, I'll find a spot. There's only one spot on the map where I flat out know that there's no cover, okay? So I will give that. So I'm going to start from over here.
We should cruise over there.
For my spot. This is tricky, guys. This is not easy. And so for V10, I'm going to be very honest. I'm just, this is tricky, okay? So ready? Let's say I'm doing some damage. I do some wingman shots, a headshot. I'm going to move. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I got a half head glitch right here.
We can scan this area.
I crack you again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wings up.
You're at the building by the window, right? Yeah.
I'm at a half head glitch
I
though.
can barely see you.
Yep. Let's pretend I got a crack because I'm not getting any cracks right now because you're not peeking enough.
Sure.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Crack you again, pretend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm in your building now, skilled. So you have to get really creative with space, and this is the really hard part about this, because the only part I was truly exposed is whenever I was crossing out in the open right here, right?
Yeah.
This one's really, really difficult.
Recharging shields.
Because if I'm right here, at some point, the only thing I did was I scaled exactly to the right. And I got a half head glitch. And maybe even then, this movement is really quick. I moved in the building. I know that if I peek from the left here, my full body's exposed. If I go over here on the left, even if I use the half head glitch, whenever I cross, there's nothing ahead of me to cross. I have maybe this, the railing, but this is tricky, and I have very limited mobility. You could say I can move over to this right here, but also it's tricky, but then by the time I got there, it was very difficult. So therefore, I had the foresight looking at where that positioning was, right? Yeah. And that's where I decided to find a head glitch. There's always a head glitch, and if there's not, why the heck would I push from there, okay? So let's give an example. Now, you find a spot, and I want you to put me in a scenario where I have to work my way in, okay? So
I'll have to pick a spot. All right.
Yep. Because remember, half head glitch is the key. What I encourage you to do is watch what we covered with Sky and build it from there. So point it anywhere where I should be working my way in.
Let's pick that aircraft over there.
Okay. And where are you going to be standing? You pick your spot where I'm going to be standing, or where you're going to be starting or standing from.
Just for simplicity, let's just do the tower. Is it a
yeah, that's fine.
Right here where we start?
You know what's crazy is that this is the exact same scenario I just did with Sky.
Oh, okay. I did, like I said, I was on and off.
It's okay. So let's do that one real quick and then do it again. Because you know what's interesting? Why did you pick that spot?
Why I picked the tower, or why I picked for you to have the aircraft?
Why you picked the tower?
Aircraft because it's on KC. Oh, tower. Just because it's like the height of the map.
Makes
and
sense.
Usually heights in maps are pretty advantageous.
One would think that, right? So let's cover this real quick. I'm gonna do you even one better. I'm not even gonna have the aircraft because that makes it easier for me. I'm gonna start all the way in the back right here. Okay.
Out here.
Just all the way in the back. Ready?
Sounds good.
I'm gonna work my way in. 3, 2, 1, go. Half head glitch here.
Yep.
41 damage, moving, working my way in. Keep shooting me, keep blasting me, but you can't put pressure. Headshot moving in.
Wings out.
You're probably batting at that point, and then if not, then I use a half a glitch right here. Flush moving in. Alright, and now I'm pretty much underneath you. That's it. I scaled the fight. I'm now working my way in. If I'm horizon, I would queue up. If I was Loba, I would probably try to at least get to height a little faster. If I was, Valkyrie, GG's, I can fly right up here, you know, super easy.
Yep.
And if you're batting, boom. Now, give me another one. Give me another one. Try to even think a little trickier.
I'd say. I mean, if this was a battle royale map, where would I want to actually be? It's not a lot of head glitch spots for me to actually hold. Probably up there.
Sure. And where would I start?
If you really want to be challenged, I guess that building.
All right, let's do it.
You have
Okay.
a lot of cover that you got.
Yep. Now you're thinking outside the box. There you go. That's what's
Wings
up.
out.
Okay. Let me know when you're up there.
Armor's-
Yeah. How you heal? Pull up your menu and click on the same legend, and it heals you up to full.
Oh, is that how it works? Okay.
Yep. If you click on another legend, it does the same thing. So bring in the menu, click on Valkyrie, and then boom, you'll be full health.
Should be.
There you go. Perfect. All right. So what we're gonna do now is that we're gonna scale this fight. Let's do it. So let's say I'm on a half head glitch right here. This is pretty far, but I did damage to work my way in. So I'm gonna start scaling. Peek from here. The building is blocking my cover. If I could go from the left, I'm just gonna see if I can find a spot from the building. I know there's a kind of a half head glitch here. No, there's not. So I'm gonna move forward. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this geometry right here, and I'm gonna back up from it, and I got a half head glitch. Oh my god, I can't land anything with a wing.
Either can I, so it's fine.
There we go. There's a crack, and I'm gonna move up.
Wings up.
At that point, I could scale. Let's say you were to peek me, but then your full body would be exposed, and then I could just finish it because I got the advantage.
Bandit down.
It's crazy to say I would have the advantage in that encounter, but if you're flush and re-peeking me, then I would have the advantage, right? But now I'm up here. And of course, if I'm underneath, and then you cracked, then I want to take the zip up. And then at that point, you'd anticipate that I'm taking the zip, or I'll have to use utility, use Horizon Q, or I can just back from all the way back here, and then scale it back here and try to put pressure. But now I pretty much scale the fight. There's always a way to get in. That's kind of the point in the premise. Always look for those half head glitch. I know that in Apex Legends, it doesn't always feel obvious. And it can be tricky because sometimes you can put yourself in very, very difficult spots. But even if it's a difficult spot, there's always a way to kind of scale. Even on something that's like an open field like this, there's always a way to work your in. You got these things right here. You can use a half head glitch and work your way in. And then when you work your way in, you can use this right here. And then when you work your way in, you can use a little box right here. And then when you work your way in, boom, now you're ready for the 1v1, right? Any questions so far?
It's really hard for me to conceptualize this, especially in firing range. Usually, because like every map is different, right? Like Broken
Okay,
Moon has
this is
these
good.
weird blocks and whatnot.
What map do you
Here,
hate?
more blocks. Hate, absolutely. Probably KC.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, I don't know if KC's on the list. I'm gonna send you a code and we're gonna go in game, okay? We're gonna go
Okay.
into an empty server. So let me go in. So we're gonna leave the test range. I think this is good. I think we're gonna bring it on a larger scale. We're gonna hop into a custom server, okay? Let's go to close this out, private match, put the code in, and I'm gonna give you a code, okay?
Yep.
All right, send it to your DM. And then it's gonna be education for all of us when we talk. Now we're gonna apply the same concept on a larger scale, right? Loaded as Vantage, you can kind of see everything, just so we get ADS. I'm gonna play Vantage as well, and so we can get to height and like run up to certain areas. But I like the ADS zoom in because you'll be able to see a little better. I'm gonna go in team 1. You can be team 2. We'll do King's Canyon. We'll do No Ring. And you would say this is your worst map in terms of like.
It's more so for its rotations. My actual worst map is Olympus.
Okay, what would you prefer, Olympus instead?
Sure. I mean, whichever
Yeah.
one helps better.
I think Olympus because there's a lot of open field.
Which is the reason why I hate fighting in it.
Yep. So essentially, when you think about those open fields, we'll talk about them. We'll explore the map, and we'll coach on a large. Now, to conceptualize, I'm glad that you said that. We're gonna take it on the actual examples now, right?
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do is you're gonna give me 2 examples of areas that you feel uncomfortable in. So go ahead and pick Vantage. What POI do you feel uncomfortable scaling?
Rotating through Turbine is a pretty bad one, and then I would say there's the estates, but then there's a small portion of estates in between carrier and estates. That little open field. I'm not sure if I'm describing it well, but there's a small POI in between carrier and estates that's really hard to rotate through.
Okay, so let's do which one's harder?
Oh, and then the side outside of Hammond.
Yeah, Hammond's very tricky. I think Hammond's the worst. Let's try Hammond.
Hammond to estates is pretty bad.
Yeah, let's talk about that one. I would say it'd be nice if we could shoot our guns. We kill each other, the round's gonna end. So what we're gonna do is, just load as Vantage. If we find some armor, find some armor, and we'll pretend like if you notice that I'm crossing out too much, we'll just hold the Vantage sniper and kind of showcase how long, because I want to be able to convey it to you and the viewers as well. I think that'll help.
I spawned in as Valkyrie. Sorry, I forgot to ask what legend I should be spawning in.
It's okay. It was gonna be Vantage. That's right. We'll keep it that way. It's okay.
I'll just pick up a sniper.
That's fine. Alrighty. So let's we'll land near Hammond, or just land in. I call it PlayStation Building. Land in PlayStation Building, and then just grab a little bit of loot, little guns, so we can kind of like, I guess, put this on a larger scale.
PlayStation Building.
And then we're gonna put different areas, and you point one spot for me that you want me to scale from, and we'll talk it through. Now, now I will preface this for everybody watching. There's gonna be some scenarios where I'm flat out gonna say you should not put yourself here, and then that's where you think 2 steps beforehand and think I shouldn't be here. And the reason why you shouldn't be there because you know that it's impossible to scale from. Essentially, I'll give you one right off the rip that I've seen it happen. Let's say the zone is pulling towards Hammond itself. I don't think it's actually pulled towards like Hammond exactly, but the zone will be pulling this way, and they have to leave right here. The main building. I know you can't see my pings because we're in different teams. I'm just kind of talking to chat. If I'm standing over here and then I have to move out in the open, my options are limited. I can essentially move out to the right, hit the rock, use a head glitch right here, and then start shooting them best I can from this spot, and then scale and then move forward, and then use the next rock right here, and then I would need to use utility to move forward to get up top right here. And at that point, they're going to run in the building, and then it becomes a race to get into zone. All right. So let me get a gun so I can start shooting so you know where I'm at. I am in PlayStation Building right now. I am grabbing a few things. Boom, boom, boom,
You
boom.
call Hammond Labs PlayStation, right? I just want to be absolutely sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm shooting the G7. Outside
I see
right now.
you.
And I'm going to follow your lead, and I want you to point a spot that you felt like was virtually impossible to kind of push from.
Underneath... Like from the underground area that leads into Turbine, into like outside into either Hammond or just across Hammond.
Okay, you pick a spot that you feel like is a really strong spot strategically.
Okay, so there's usually always a sniper up. Okay, up over there. You can't really see it.
It's okay. I get what you're saying.
It's across the zip line all the way to the teleporters.
The donut building?
They're far.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you want me to get all the way up to the hill, right?
Yeah, it's all the way up to the phase.
Okay, I'm going to shoot, and I want you to see where I'm at, okay?
Yeah, I see you.
Okay, let me see if I can see you.
I'm shooting.
Oh, yeah,
there.
okay. So get all the way up there. Get to the best sniper spot up there. Go for it.
Sure.
Yeah, it looks like a giant PlayStation building. Okay, I have a way to scale.
All right. Usually there's snipers here, and then they're just, the ring is closing, you gotta go quick. And
yep, and so I'm gonna pretend I'm all the way at the door. I'm gonna shoot as I keep moving so you know where I'm at. Just give you the advantage. So, just for this exercise, I'm pretty confident. I'm gonna use utility, and this is where you start to get smart with utility, right? So, like, now I'm right here, so you know. I don't want you to lose me, okay?
Yeah.
So say I need to cross over.
Getting a fresh angle.
You crossed over to where that respawn beacon is?
Yep.
Like,
and this is where the strength comes in, right?
Yeah, I see it.
I got a half head glitch here on the rock.
Just try
Moving
and
up.
hide with that shiny tag on you. Prey's been hit.
Holding the shot, so I'm going to move up a little bit. I'm going to tap strafe a little bit. You can try to hit me. Get the half head glitch on the rock right here. We're pretty much in equal footing now.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't even see you with my
Right here.
sights right now. Okay.
There you
it
go.
is.
Do you see how you're losing me consistently?
Yeah.
And then all I got to do is keep moving up. Even if you hold there, you would say it would be dumb to drop from that spot at that point. But now if I'm scaling, I'm moving up from that spot, and then I'm moving up from...
Give up space and back off.
Yeah, and at that point, if you drop from height, I'll use utility to take it from you, essentially. But you see where I was at right here? This is where, if you're playing defensive, where the downside is and where information is key. So this is the essentially where it's important, right? Keeping track of your opponent is very important. Because now I'm at half a glitch here, right? There's a really strong spot.
Once you reach that spot, if I was like the person here, I would just back off to the crates so I can have a better vantage spot, because this doesn't have a lot of cover. You win the...
We're both at half, essentially, and you would have to land your shots there to maintain presence and pressure. If you lost and got cracked, I encourage you to run at that point, because these guys are going to have to scale forward because, like you said, the zone is cloning towards us, right?
Yeah.
So... in that example, at that point, you know, if you gave a pipe, I'm going to take it from you. Like, I'm just not going to let you have this. And now, if you back up from that spot, you're going to be peeking out in the open, essentially. Like, even if you back up to this spot back here, I can use the side of the donut right here and create like a half head glitch. And you're standing out in the open. There is nothing from where you're at right here.
Let's go here.
At this point, so you got to think 2 steps ahead, right? You get creative and then hold right here. But what if the bin is open?
That's what I was thinking.
But if the bin is open, then you have nothing. So you have to assess very quickly based on what you have. If you look back there and you saw that the bins were not opened, you got cover. And if you don't, then you need to go all the way to the back. And there you go. Now you're really thinking.
Well, this was my second spot. If the bins weren't open, and then back there, I just keep like moving back, giving you space, but I'm making you fight for it.
Yeah.
And hopefully, at some point, you make a mistake, and then
if you crack me and maintain, hold that spot. Don't give up the positioning if you've won. If you crack me here and won the fight, just keep holding this and keep backing and holding and holding and holding.
You mean like when I was holding donut?
Yes.
And I cracked you?
Because we know the zone is closing towards us. If you win that fight, hold that fight and don't give it up. Now the beauty, let's say like there's strengths and weaknesses. So if you're scaling a fight, let's say if I told you to scale that same fight and go this way, you need to keep track of me at all times and where I'm going, right? So go ahead and go all the way from Hammond. And let's see how you scale it, even though I kind of already given you the answer of what to do, and work the same spot and keep track. This is where information is important. You have to guess where the opponent's going. You can guess because what's the most logical spot to cross. I know, based on watching this, if I know the zone is closing, and I'll give you my thought process as you move forward, okay? And as you start to think of, start from all the way back to the spot, back over there, where I'm shooting. I don't know if you see the bullets. Yep, and then work your way in. And so the viewer can see it, so we can all see this is what how I think, and I think this is how a lot of pros think in their terms of situations and how they keep track, right? Because there's a logical spot and not logical spot. So go ahead and give me I'll count it down and start scaling, right? You don't have to talk your way through. I'm gonna pretty much watch. So I have ADS right now as Vantage, so that kind of cheats and so I'm just going to ADS with just the 1x. So I see you crossing now. I wouldn't think you're going to cross to the left, to your right.
No. I was just making sure that you see me.
Yeah, no worries. I'm going to call. I don't think you're going to cross to the right because it'll expose you. Meaning that you could either peek from the rock right on in front of you, or you're going to peek from the wall and you're going to have to traverse and cross. So essentially, I have to wait for you. Yep, but you can't. I don't know if you can see me. Can you see me from where you're at? Because I can't see you.
Sort of. I can almost see you.
Yep.
It's just to get info because sometimes, like where I'm shooting, people.
But then your full body's exposed that way. If you're not careful and I have a sniper, your full body's exposed. Unless you're using a head glitch and then you cover it, then sure. But just be very, very tight with it, essentially. Because if I'm Vantage and I'm using a sniper, and there you are, you're crossing in the back. So logically, if I know you're crossing, then you can either peek from the ridge right here, and even if you cross in the back and go to the rock, you're going to have to cross from the rock over to this spot. So I now know where you're potentially going to go. If I see you move back, then I know that you're retreating and going into zone. So keep moving for me if you don't mind. Just go from head glitch to head glitch.
Yep.
There you are. See? That's kind of where I thought you would peek. I had pinged that on my end. So if you watch the VOD, you'll say, that's where I peeked. Let's say I got cracked and you move, and I'm not looking again. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's look. So you could be at the rock. I assume that you kind of move forward. If they didn't move forward, then I know that you're not confident pushing the fight. So let's go ahead and just pause at this moment why I said that. Even if you cracked me and their zone is closing on you and you don't move and I see you're peeking from the same exact spot, that reads to me that this team doesn't know what they're doing. You did damage and you didn't scale, right? and the zone is on your back and you're about to take zone. So why would you stay in place? I've seen it happen many times. When people do it, I'm like, why are they just standing there? That's crazy. Why would they do that, right? But yeah, I know that the only time you had to really cross would either go from here or go to the rock, and realistically you want to get forward to avoid the ring. Let's see you crack me again. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So I'm looking again, the rock, that's a really good spot to peek from. And that's logically the most, based on the timing, where you could traverse. Timing is very important. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I peek again. So now I know that you're going to hold a potential head glitch on the right because that's the most logical spot. If you went to the left, there's nothing here.
There's a mark over there.
And then you would have to cross in the open, and there's still nothing there. There's nowhere for you to traverse. Unless say I heard you use a utility. I heard maybe a Loba Q. If I heard a Wraith Q, this is where you use your Wraith Q. And I say, okay, where's the trail? I would need to look for visual things, right? At that point, if I saw a Valkyrie ult, let's say you were to pop your Valkyrie ult at this moment, this is pretty much what I would do. So let's say you got behind cover and you popped a Valkyrie ult. Say, hey team, let's get behind cover. So go ahead and pop it and just fly. And then fly over to me. Let's say that's what you wanted to do. I was like, oh, I see it. Oh my god, I suck. I didn't land any shots. Well, if I landed shots, it would have been nice, but in this example, I didn't. But now if you land, because I know where you're landing, I would just keep shoving relentlessly, and hopefully I would do some damage on the way up. But holy crap, I missed every shot. That's not good. I was hoping to land a shot and then use the example and say, well, I did 50 damage. Of course, at that point, if you landed there, I would have queued right on top of you because I don't want you to get the advantage on me because of the zone. I will not have you take better positioning than me, you know? But I know based on distance, there's only so far that you can go. Light, thank you so much for 4 months. I think I missed a membership there. I apologize if I missed it. We're doing free coaching, so I'm trying to keep the conversation best I can on, you know, teaching and giving tips and everything like that. Any questions? So let's find another spot. What other spot on the map do you absolutely hate?
It's behind that wall. It's the estates rotation.
All right, let's work on that then.
From
Let's go
turbine
over
to
there.
estates.
Turbine. Okay, yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Or like when you get outside of Fight Night, you have to cross into Turbine, or you need to rotate into Estates. Because I land, my POI of choice in ranked for Olympus was Docks. And so we would always go into Fight Night as one of our rotations. And then when we came out of Fight Night, it was that big, massive open area with like a couple of benches for cover, and that was it.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep following you, and you're gonna show me where the exact spot is. Point a spot where you want me to work. You know what? We're gonna flip it. I'm gonna have you work your way in now that you've seen several examples. And I want you to kind of think about that, okay?
Got it.
And then we're going to go back in, do 1v1, focus on some of your micro. Okay, I'm looking at time. Wow, time has flew by. Holy crap. Well, I was answering some questions, so I'll give you a little bit of time back. But yeah, so I hope that everyone sees this concept. And usually when people Valkyrie, I'm going to have you do it again. I'm going to practice myself. I should have landed those shots, at least one. I'm so disappointed in myself that I didn't land a single one of them. Like, I'm really sad. Actually, I'm like, I can't believe I missed that. How many videos have I posted or how many live streams have I done where I'm actually landing those shots? Like, oh my god. Well, this is why you practice, right? Now, if the place that you put me at is unpushable, I will question why I was there to begin with. And usually I would see it ahead of time. I was like, I do not want to be here. There's certain areas, like if I'm crossing right here, I do not want to be here. This is horrible.
No. I would put you, so you're going to go into Turbine, and I'm just going to come out of the Fight Night doors.
Okay, got it. I want you to point out a spot where somebody would peek from that was annoying for you.
Sure, I'll show you the spot. So it's usually this little...
Oh, because I got the head glitch over here?
Yeah, like this little ramp, or the boxes right here, just constantly peeking in and out.
Well, realistically, they shouldn't be using the boxes because their body's going to be larger, so they should be using this. Be like here. But I have seen a lot of people use this box and be like, I'm out of power position. I'm like, that's not a power position, but all right.
Yeah. Or they play these crates right here if they really are aggressive, and they're just constantly...
Yeah, crates isn't bad because you can use the wheel right here. This isn't a bad spot.
Yeah.
For difficulty's sake, I'm going to use the ramp right here because this ramp... Now, I would have to make the assumption if I'm covering this spot that my back is cleared. If I turn, I'm standing out in the open. But if the zone, let's say for simplicity's sake, I know both teams are over here and that there's nobody behind me, then I would do this. But again, information is important, ladies and gentlemen. I can't stress that enough, that variables change based on information and based on the assumption of where you believe that somebody's going to hold and what they're going to do. If you lose track of an opponent, you need to guess on where they're at. Okay? You have to guess and think about it. So, I guess work your way in. Let's see, ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, begin. I don't have a sight on this. I'm missing. Darn irons. Good head glitch. Very nice. Now you're getting it.
I played this POI a lot, so and then here is where I kind of just
Okay.
it's
So
very
you have the head glitch, right? If
Yeah.
you crack me, the most logical thing for a player to do in this scenario is to, let's just say for simplicity's sake, you crack me. If you know, like, let's say all 3 of them are right here. Now, if all 3 of them are here, then you know one of them is going to peak one after another, right? You need to use some crazy utility to get them to not peak all at the same time. Let's just use, for argument's sake, it's just a 1v1, okay?
Okay.
Or let's say for argument's sake, you've cracked all 3. In that moment, the minute they're all cracked, you need to move forward because let's say because the zone is pulling towards me. Am I correct? Or pulling towards my area? And you need to scale and yeah, and so you would need to essentially move forward or use utility and wrap around, right? Those are your options. You can't back up this way because the wall doesn't exist here. You either need to go to the left to rotate around and find a different spot, or if you feel super confident, then essentially the only place that you can go is right over here and then use a half head glitch right here and try to maintain pressure and do the same thing again.
Yeah.
Okay? That's the only thing you can do in this scenario. once you've scaled that spot. Because I was putting out, because you scaled and moved over to the spot, and this is very nice. Very good right here, you know? Really, really hard to hit. But once you crack, you got to move over because you have 5 seconds essentially. That's all you got.
It's an if-then statement. Like if I'm feeling confident and I know I have better shields, I would take the blue crates like you said, like the wheels. Otherwise, I would just go right.
Yes.
Just go from here to here and
then
then try
flank
to get
'em.
maybe a flank. Yeah.
Those are your only 2 options. But information is important, right? Now, if your teammates, let's say the horizon was like, oh, we cracked him, throws a horizontal, yeah, you can shove it. Or if you want to play the smarter route, then you can flank. Because then when you flank over here, they're going to have to be running back. Because remember, we said that there's nothing here for them, right?
Yeah.
And then you can move up and then start holding and then start beating them towards the POI.
I wouldn't take the middle. I would hold this and then slowly keep moving right. Because I feel like middle is so easy like to be third-partied, and there's a lot of flanks that you have to cover for 3 people.
Sure. But for simplicity's sake, let's simplify it and just pretend it's just this one team, right? Because we could talk about a lot of variables and a lot of stuff, but right now, I'm going based on the assumption that you know that this is the only fight that you're taking and that you're pushing forward based on information. Because information of what you're provided is key, right? If you look and we see, because the upper right-hand corner, if we see that there's only 5 teams remaining, and let's say it's only zone 1, and there's 1 team here, the probability of you being third-partied is really low. Now, let's say that you happen to be third-partied. That's just unlucky, man. I'm gonna be honest. Like there's only 5 teams remaining in zone 1. That's crazy. You know what I mean? It's like that's just really unlucky at that point. But based on the assumption you want to get this team out because your whole back and everything is going to be cleared. Or if you want to just race past them, then just race past them as fast as possible. But be very definitive on the option that you're taking on what you want to do. Now, if your team is very confident, say, oh my god, we have purples, they have all blues, we can win this. Oh my god, we've done so much damage. How much damage are you taking? None. Go by god, they're garbage. They can't land any shots, just like Daz was with Advantage Ultimate. Then fight it. You know, like you the information you've been provided is they're missing. You're cracking them more than they're cracking you. They're probably scared. Fight them. Now, let's do the inverse. Let's say, for example, you do get a few cracks and you move in, but they have reds and you have blues. You happen to be doing damage now, but you're like, oh, I'm not fighting. Let's get into zone. Let's get into zone, get a better position. Better position, better position. You keep running, you keep running, you keep running. You work your way in because now it's a race. Now they're like, oh, we got to cut them off. And all you got to do is use utility to get out and be like, I'm getting out. And then that will be up to your off angle to move up. Let's say I'm further ahead than you right now. And what I would do as a teammate is I would turn and be like, I got your cross. I'm watching for you. I'm watching for you. Hit him for 50. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Get over to me. Get over to me. Get over. And then I hit the next guy and he hit him for 150. Wait, can we turn? No. Let's just keep running. Keep running. And then you run.
Meet up over there if you want to survive.
Right?
Yeah.
That's where the communication comes in and what's happening. Because sometimes the turn and burn can actually happen. Let's say as advantage, I actually don't suck and I lay my shots, right? If I lay my shots and hit a guy for 150, are we going to stay or are we gonna move? Logically, you probably just want to move to zone. And we've already said they have better armors and everything, right? In that scenario. So let's just go to zone, right? So that's what you would do. But remember, always go based on the information that you're gathering based on what they're doing. And based on how many teams are remaining, what you see, how far zone is, how your resources are. Like, you could fight this and say, well, we have 10 bats and 10 med kits. We can stay. Okay, well, that's a decision. You got resources. But let's say you're like, I don't have any bats, and I have no med kits. I have no flush heals. I can't fight outside of zone. Just run to zone. Just as a point, you know? Like, yeah. I would say, like, because maybe I have resources, and you say, I don't have any med kits. Oh, bro, I got you here. Here. Are you good? You ready to fight? You know, it's like that point you're like, I'm giving you the whole world. You know what I mean?
Got it.
But that's where communication comes in, and that's why it's important to hold your crosses, talk to your teammates. If you're not talking to them, try to understand visually why they don't feel confident. You can watch your teammate, and they could give you cues based on how they're positioning. If you do damage and then all of a sudden you scale up, and then I turn and I look at you and you're still standing still, and then I see you back away, okay, they're not confident on this, so I'm gonna back up. Okay, all right, why are they not confident? And then I see them keep running and going to zone. All right, looks like we're going to zone. You know, let's say I see them shove forward with me and I turn, that means they want to fight. You know, they're giving nonverbal cues to you, right? There's information that you're gathering, information. And if you're getting information, somebody's actually in the same question, but in real game playing with randoms, they don't listen. That's information. If they don't listen and they're running away, well, okay, well, I did damage, but I'm gonna back up. I did a lot of damage, but I can't take this. So I guess we'll just follow them. At some point, they're going to fight and they're going to do something, right? Or hopefully you can incentivize them. Let's say like we rotate this way and we go this way and we start scaling, and this guy becomes an absolute crackhead and he knocks somebody. Oh, okay, well then we'll push this again. But now we have the information there's a team behind us. I might take it off angle and ping and remind them that there's a team still here, and then maybe we'll queue up to this height and reposition. Your teammates don't purposely want to throw your game, okay? They're not sucking because they're bad. You know, there's just always maybe a miscommunication. There's always more information that you can get based on this, right? So when you're playing with your teammates and you're rotating, what do you feel like are your takeaways? This was a little bit different of a coaching session. Normally we do a little bit more 1v1s and stuff like that, but I get that you wanted to conceptualize it on a larger scale, and I wanted to give that to you. What do you feel like is the biggest thing you learned? I want to hopefully have you message me in 2 weeks and say, I learned a whole lot. This was very informative. What are your takeaways and from this session?
Counting 5 seconds after a crack, moving from cover to cover. I understand the moving cover to cover thing, but counting the 5 seconds didn't actually occur to me. I usually just count clip sizes. And then fighting retreat is something that I'd like to do a little bit more of, but I'm just unsure about whether to commit to a fight or not. And I feel like I have a better idea of that now.
Yeah, just use a checklist essentially, and you can make your own checklist. I mean, but overall, all our checklists are the same. If I look at a guy and we say, I have red and they have white, dude, I think we're going to fight. You know? Like, I'm pretty sure we're going to stay. We're like, yo, why is this guy on white? That's crazy. Now, if they're red, all three running up on red, and we see them well coordinated, what do you think we're going to do?
If we're all white and they're all red, we just dip.
Yeah, 100%. We get out.
Try to dip as fast as possible. I don't even know if I'd even apply pressure.
I don't think I would either, to be honest. Exactly. That's where your head needs to be at, and that decision making has to happen within at least 2 to 3 seconds tops.
Which is my biggest problem, because I break this game down to if-then statements, and sometimes I'm not fast enough because I'm the IGL usually most of the time.
Yeah.
And so everyone just looks to me to call the shots, and it gets really hectic when I'm trying to poke while also run while cover for my teammates while doing all of those things all at once. And so I feel like I just need the efficiency of my decision making needs to go way higher.
Yeah, it'll get there, trust me. Trying to see how we're doing on time. Wow, time goes by so fast. It's pretty crazy. Essentially, okay, the thought process, what you have is very right. I feel like you have the fundamentals. Let's go back in and do some 1v1s. And I want to see how you take the 1v1, always knowing that you need to take cover, okay? On a micro scale. I just want to make sure on a micro scale you're good. I see now we've covered on a larger macro scale. But I want to make sure that whenever you're peeking, if you wide peek, what information did you gather? Did you crack them? Is your teammate near you? If you cover the angle, is the opponent watching? If you don't know the opponent is watching, try to gather that information. This is why Seer is such a popular legend, and why Bloodhound Scan Legend excuse me, scan meta is so big. Excuse me, hiccups. Is because it gives you your team the immediate information for everybody, right? Instead of trying to say on comms where somebody is at, a seer ult can go down and then you see footsteps everywhere. You're like, oh, wait a minute, this guy's by themselves. That's why seer is so popular and why it's such a busted legend, essentially, because it pretty much simplifies the whole process. And I don't know how you fix that, to be honest, because seer is just that busted. It's just a broken legend. If I'm IGL and I scan them, I throw them down my ultimate, and then I scan them and we see their armors and we see that they're all half, and I look at the bottom left and I notice they're all healthy. We're shoving. Like, we won. Like, they're slow. They literally have Watson fence level slow. They're all stuck, and we could take angles and wide swing them, and they're literally, because what they're going to try to do is, like, they're going to try to move a little bit, like, oh, we're all stacked, holy crap, you know, or you throw a nade and then you destroy all of them. It's just that simple at that point. Is that fair? I don't know. I don't really have the answer whether it's fair. It's just the system that we're provided, essentially.
Isn't the trick to just not stack? Not have three, like your entire squad behind cover?
Yeah, but people do it. So if I scan and then the seer queues all three people, how many times have we seen that happen? You know, it's like, you would think that would be the right answer, but they want to play together, but then sometimes they're stacked on top of each other, which makes it busted. Now, if they're not stacked on top of each other, you find the one that's isolated making a mistake, and then you push that person, right? So there's pros and cons to both. If you stack up together, then it becomes easier to pretty much nade them out or isolate them out, or to maintain pressure and take off angles. If people are isolated, then you can essentially isolate somebody out and say, well, this person may not have the right angle over here. I can probably shove them all on my own with my team, and we can win that fight. See how there's always a counter to what there is? It's why in ALGS you look and say, wow, that seems like a really blatant mistake. Well, they normally either got caught out, they were pressured into a certain area, and the other team was doing more damage, and then it turned into a mistake. It probably wasn't a mistake to begin with. And sometimes what looks like a mistake, maybe they're all behind cover, but they say, ready? This person's going to shove us, and they 3-2-1 that guy who pushes the angle, and then they just got to keep shooting and target shooting together. So that's a way to counter it, right? Because they are together, and that's a plus side. So let's do this 1v1 again. Let's see how you take angles and stuff like that. Micro level play. Remember micro. Don't obsess too much about micro, but I just want to make sure you know what you're doing on a micro level, because we've already done this. Ready? Let's see how the 1v1s are a little different. So ready? 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. Not bad. Very nice, though. Much cleaner. So the biggest thing is that, yes, I'm going to have better aim because I've put a lot of hours in. So even if I whiff and make mistakes, I hopefully have a level of consistency. But I'm not going to lie. You maintain good pressure. And I was like, man, if he cracks me, this could be a mistake. But what I kept doing, I kept scaling. I kept repositioning. You kept doing the same and kept doing half-head glitches. I waited to try to get the right shot, and I just happened to get the right shot. You know? If I didn't and then you cracked me instead, what's going to happen? You're going to scale and push towards me. Because that same scenario could have actually been inverse. Right? And you just kind of go with the information that you're dealt with. And so whatever skill level that you're at, use that information to your strengths and rather than a weakness, right? Now, if somebody happens to just out aim you, then just go in the range and you practice, and then there you go. You're all set, essentially. Right? But better. I would say much better. Because remember, if you run at me, and while you can practice and aim train against somebody running at you, let's think of this premise. Let's say you're behind your cover over here on my ping, okay? I'm gonna run at you 3 different ways, and we'll end on this subject, or yeah, end on this subject. I'm gonna run at you 3 different ways. I'm gonna slide, jump, and wall bounce at you this way. That'll be number 1. Number 2 is I'm gonna tap straight to the right. Number 3, I'm gonna climb height and then start shooting you. And number 4, I'm gonna use cover. Okay, I want you to shoot me. I guess what gun do you feel most comfortable with?
Prowler.
Prowler. Let's use a Prowler. Let's grab a Prowler and deck it out. I'm not going to shoot back, so I just want you, whatever you feel most comfortable with, to shoot me down best you can, okay?
Cool.
And I leave everyone with this essentially big takeaway.
Wings out.
Thank you, Wes. I appreciate you. We're doing free coaching. We're giving out coaching. After this, we're going to play for like an hour and a half and just kind of game and vibe. But yeah. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm heading back there now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's a box right here, by the way. These test range have
Oh,
millions of
didn't
boxes.
even know.
It's okay.
This is all new to me. My
It's
bad.
okay. It's okay. You're good. That's why I was like, where did you go? Okay. So let's do with number 1. Remember, I'm gonna wall bounce up here. Beam me down best you can with a prowler. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Under fire.
Good. Very nice. Okay, now we're gonna go again. Now I'm gonna tap straight forward to the right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Very nice. Okay. Now I'm gonna climb up top. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Taking fire.
Okay, that one hurts.
That's okay. So what you need to do when shooting, try not to worry about tracking each. Focus more about shooting in the center and less about like my sporadic movements. If you focus more in the center, let's try this again. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Taking fire.
There you go. Much better. Because I'm gonna walk into it. You know, unless
Yeah.
you see somebody do a unique strafe like this, which they normally do, they'll do. There's still a pattern to it, right? All right. So we're now the last one. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. See how this one I take the least amount of damage because I'm in control of whenever I'm peeking. The other one, yes, it's movement and stuff like that, but you can beam me down. This is why cover's so important. But then you use movement after. Let's say I get the crack. That's when you use movement. That's whenever I want to jump and push towards you, right? It closes the gap. So movement is applicable to close the gap and move you forward, just like utility, right?
Yeah.
Wings up.
And then you move forward. That's the premise and that's the idea behind it. Because if I peek from here and then I do a good amount of damage and I say, okay, I'm going for that, and then maybe your prowler about lasting me down, and then I can at least try to engage at that point, put pressure, if I have the advantage, you know, if it makes sense
Hold up. Healing.
for what I'm trying to do and achieve.
Got it.
Okay, we got 2 minutes. Questions, thoughts, concerns?
I mean, I'm just sort of reminded of my fundamentals and where I need to improve, because I'll be honest, I've been struggling to find motivation to improve after hitting Masters this season, so it's just mostly been pubs, and pubs isn't the greatest way of training, because it's mostly
It's great
just hard
training
drops.
still. Everything,
Just
think
hard
of everything as practice. So there's something to learn from everything. So pubs, you can learn how to use micro movement because you're going to fight everything most of the time, right? But if you took a fight and you said, okay, well, was I behind cover? If you got blasted and you dropped and you're all fighting for a gun, why were you fighting for a gun? Maybe you should drop like nearby and then scale the fight and then go third party as fast as possible, right? You could clean up still. You can work. Think of pubs as working on micro, and then ranked maybe working on macro decisions and showing presence and then being defensive, right? There's always something to learn. Just because you hit a rank, like I guess, well, let's use Creed as an example, right? In the movie, he was a heavyweight champion. He went over to Mexico and then started. Granted, it's a movie, but it's still premise applies. Just because you're listed as a champion doesn't mean you're always just a champion. There's always somebody out there who's put more time into who's better, right? There always is. There always is going to be somebody who's better. So what can we do to always improve and clean that up, right? It's faster decision making. It's knowing how to scale. It's knowing when we can win and when can we lose. It's that self-assessment, and that self-assessment can be learned on any game mode. You can do the same thing in mixtape, have the same fundamentals, and understand what's a smart push and what's a dumb push, right? If I just ran at you with no information, just kind of said I'm going for this, and then I lose, well, how come I didn't get any damage to begin with or anything? Why am I pushing without any information, right?
Yeah.
So that's the premise that you can actually apply. What I'll do with you both is since I didn't really get time to play in game, so we're not just by ourselves. Let's see if I can get Sky and see if she's free as well. Then we can play. Let's see here. You free for a few games? Let's see if they're free. I don't know if she'll be free, but I didn't really plan on this, so I'm just kind of going, you know, on a whim here, just guessing. Otherwise, we'll do a round together. But I am at least inviting Scott. I didn't think to do this, and so I'm kind of just like adding more time, essentially. Remember, I don't expect you to instantly like improve overnight and just have it all figured out, right? The idea is that you apply this just as much as I've coached anybody, and you apply it on a larger scale. And then once you get it, and then it starts to make a lot more sense, and you say, oh my god, that clicked. I'm playing better in this scenario. I haven't had anybody tell me that it hasn't worked. If for some reason it didn't, I would be relatively shocked, because hopefully the awareness is there, and then after like 2 or 3 weeks you apply it. By Sky, let's see here. All right, I'm gonna add all of us to a call. Give me 1 second. I'll send a friend request to you both. I guess we could do voice chat. Let's do squad 3. Yeah, join squad 3. Join squad 3. Okay, I'll get y'all in there. Okay. And then I'll drag us up to the coach's corner. I'm gonna drag us up so we don't get disturbed. Sky, this is V10. V10, this is Sky, by the way.
What up?
Nice to meet you.
Okay, let's go in coach's corner. I'm gonna drag us. Nobody knows this channel exists. And just because we're live, I don't want anybody to come in and start screaming. Okay, so now we're gonna do, since I've, you know, we've coached a little bit, and I felt like neither one of you I got to do like a round with or anything. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just do some pubs. Sky can't do ranked yet, and yeah, so pubs it is. Now we got to tie it all together, and that's the fun part, right? I guess I'm gonna play Loba for fun. So the premise of everybody who's watching is realistically, if you see a similar mistake, that you apply that same knowledge and then you use it to your, I guess, strengths or whatever. But now, like with both of you, I covered different things. Sky covered one thing and I covered one thing with V10. I'm like, I didn't get any time with you both in game, so I'll try to give some thoughts and coaching as we're playing.
Yeah, I was watching the stream.
Nice. Let's go. I mean, you kind of did this, but is there a possibility to make a video specific cover about showing less body and head glitching? Yes, I pretty much try to do that in every video now. I did that yesterday talking about it and why pros say to push. I took why positioning matters. I covered a lot. It's not always just one specific video because there's so many different variables, and that's where I struggle with this concept. If I say how to take cover in Hammond Lab, you know, nobody is essentially going to watch. Because not everyone cares about that, or they don't understand what I'm going to talk about, right? All right. Well, I guess we'll land relatively safe, quote unquote, so I can see you guys loot. And I played Loba, so I can kind of speed up the looting process too.
I hope you can't hear my keyboard clacking.
No, you're good.
Is that like a thing? Okay, good.
We might have one team with us actually.
I think
Solo?
that's the. I think
We've got a
that's
solo.
champion.
It might be the champion, yeah.
Oh, it might be insane.
Right here.
Yeah, I gotcha. Oh, hello. Where am I? Moving left. I'm holding for you. Watching you cross.
Yeah.
We should be able to move up on him. Moving with V10. Did he jump? Oh, he queued
The
back.
underneath?
Right. He queued
Oh,
back. He queued back.
It's a full squad.
Yeah. I'll have a Lobo ult in a minute because I need loot. Alright, because they're hunkering down in the building, let's just rotate out. Let's go. We need more loot. I'll cover for you guys. There we go. Alright, let's rotate this way. Let's go. They're just gonna get better loot, and then we could throw a Lobo ult over here and we'll come back. If they decide to push us, we'll turn and burn, which will be great. I kind of want them to do it.
I think they are.
That'll be awesome.
I'll check.
Looking.
No, they haven't.
Alright, let's just go loot.
Still got a ways to go.
Wraith had good positioning, and we don't. I barely had any ammo, so.
Looting here.
Okay, I'll throw a low bolt on the far right. If they come up.
Squad by thermal.
Okay.
Sounds like they're fighting a different squad.
Alright, grab it a different gun.
There's nothing here.
Grabbing a flat line. Alright, watching. See if they come out of the choke. Okay, zone is a little further up. Keep in mind the MMR is always going to be a little higher. Let's look at this team actually. If this other team isn't moving up. Now, me deciding to fight this means that we're doing it for fun. Okay? Just FYI. This is not necessarily the most intelligent push. Why is it not? Because it's outside of zone. Why am I doing it? Because I want to see how you guys fight.
Okay.
Because ideally, if we want to win, we go to zone, right?
Yeah.
One's cross right here.
We're
Crack,
going all
100
or
in. Yeah. Information. One's almost knocked. One on the far right's 50 in. This guy's right here, and the other one's on the far left. He put wall up. I'm moving forward.
Rampart behind wall. Lift.
You got it. I'm scale on the right.
I'm with you.
Following.
Got a head glitch right here. That guy was literally one. I'm gonna take their angle up here.
Yeah, they're peeking.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna cross. If they look at me, I know you guys are shooting.
Look at me.
Okay, holding.
Taking fire.
Oh, they went far to the right.
It is white.
Once the wall goes away, I'll have an angle. Okay, one for 60. Cracked. All right, wall down. Holding the head glitch right here.
One is out on the left.
Yep.
Open.
Nice. I'll move up just a little bit.
Need a shield.
One's way open middle.
Yep. I'm pressing on the
shot
far
at my
right.
different spot over here.
Okay.
Party.
Let's keep moving forward to see if we can get this.
Yeah.
All right, they're going up. Never mind. Let's back out.
One's underneath.
All right. Let's go this
That's
way.
the Fuse team that was shooting at us previously.
Give us horizon Q right here, and we're gonna go up this way. Okay.
Okay. I'm rotating.
Yeah. I'll watch for you. Watching.
I'll just go.
I see the
up
team
top
that's looking at
of me.
you. Shooting for you. Keep running. Keep running. Oh no, 136. I got you. Hold on. Cover for me while I res.
I'm not watching from up top.
Yeah, I'm resing.
I still need you.
I'm gonna put a low bolt next to you so you can get a swap if you need it. Oh no, they're gonna drop us. Okay, we'll back out.
Teammate's banner.
Opening fire.
Recharging my shields.
Did you pick up the banner?
Yeah, I
I'm
got
just
it. I
gonna
got
go
it.
Activating jump drive.
There sounds like they're gonna fight.
Yep.
Evac tower.
Yep. Remember, you're gonna be isolated over there, so careful.
Yep.
Did you guys know there was another team?
Yeah, we called. I called to
you-
stay. Even though it wasn't the most smartest play. I just kind of want to see how we fight and put under pressure.
Home with me tonight.
Yeah, I had like 0 ammo on my prowler. It just had me. Oh, team on me. Team on me.
Okay. Run over. I'll watch for you. V10's watching as well. Almost cracked him. She's dropped on the lava. Right here.
Target over there.
I'm gonna queue over to on the roof and play a little aggro here.
5 seconds.
Already knocked one. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. Very nice.
Kill on whole squad.
Okay, was this fight intelligent? No. Reason? Because we were getting a third party. Why did I do it? Because of, oh shoot. Okay, hello.
Cracked fuse.
Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna get an armor swap. They're shoving me.
I'm coming.
Oh shoot, I'm dead, I'm dead. Ah! You might be able to cover me. I'm gonna turn and burn right here. I see you're in it. Nice.
Cracked
I'm looking.
Reloading.
Find you.
There's all three stacked. They're finishing me off.
I got a
two
heat
are
shield.
cracked.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
you're gonna get them out. Careful.
Sky, you're by yourself. I don't have your cross. I'm gonna
Yeah.
pop one cell. Oh shoot, they're pushing.
Got one.
Nice. Two are cracked over here. One's knocked. One more. 1v1.
I got a heal.
You're good. Okay, he's in a heat shield right now because I threw it, unfortunately. He threw his ult. If you do push, it might be aggro. If you fly over him, you probably get behind him. He's rezzing right now. Nice. Good stuff. Very nice. There you go. Good stuff.
Oh, shoot. Need a heal.
You're good, you're good. I have a heat shield. I can throw it after. That was fun, right? Like I said, is this a smart push? No, I'm gonna be honest, it's not. I knew there was a team behind, but what I'm doing is I'm just stress testing you guys. Like, what do we do under pressure? Are you listening to comms? Are we watching for another?
I have evac.
Nice. All right, med kitting. I'll be good to go. Like, realistically, we should have gone to zone. But one thing we're doing, I watched for you. We covered. We had this guy at an angle. We're playing as a team, right? Team play. Now, whether or not it's the smartest thing, here you go, medkit. I'll drop you a level if you want as well.
Open up shop and shut 'em down.
Might grab some extra heals, and then we can take your evac. Yeah, I can't speak
Oh
English.
shoot, I might die.
Do you need a medkit?
Coming home
Another
I
one?
am.
tonight.
Here, I got you. Here, Lynn. Another medkit right there.
Come on, I
I'll throw another heater for you.
Okay. I'll put down the evac.
Here you go. I'm gonna take the evac so it doesn't blow up, okay?
Okay.
It's at 32%, so you're gonna have to grab it pretty quick. If you grab it at 1%, it'll be good. You have to grab it right now. Nice. Okay. Little tip on the evac: as long as it's 0 or is at 1%, you can still take it,
Hold on, I need to heal.
and then it'll blow up the minute you jump off of it, though.
Beautiful. We have a replicator coming in.
All right, I'll res you. This zone doesn't hurt you, but I'm gonna res you right here, okay? And I'll drop you. I don't have a low bolt actually.
I can just fly over to epicenter and meet you there.
Jump
Okay.
drive out.
That was
I
a
think I-
crazy fight.
Yeah, yeah. And so why did I call to push forward? Is like we had to make a decision, and then of course when it didn't work out, I called for us to rotate. Did that not? Oh my god! I heard the button. I heard the cue. It went ding, and then it didn't res you. What the heck? There we go. Oh my god! What was that?
I'm gonna fly right over to epicenter. To
Alright,
one
yeah,
of
go
the
for it.
elbows.
How are you doing on heals, Sky?
I'm okay.
Alright. I'm gonna queue
I've
forward.
got 14 syringes.
Oh, nice.
Pulling a hodl right now.
Oh, wow. Hodl got called out. She ain't even here. She catches strays. That's insane. Alright, I'll throw a low bolt over here.
Jump drive activated.
Might die to zone. I have a heater, though. Cutting it close. Woo!
Setting up a heat shield.
Woo! Man, I cut that close. Alright, zone's like right here, so I'm gonna drop ult right here.
Do the shot.
I need heals. Do. Grab this. There's only 2 syringes. I'm screaming. I'm crying. Take more heat shields.
Mama's got a blast.
Put a little forward. I'll throw one more on the low bolt for you guys.
Minute till ring close, and we still got a ways to go.
There you go.
Setting up a heat shield.
I got an ult XL for you if you want to level up some more.
No, we gotta go to zone. We'll be alright. I'll have it by the time we reach another POI. There's just, I guarantee there's like nothing here for us, really.
Time to go supersonic. Just a check. Healing up.
Okay, so we clutched that out. Now, was it absolutely necessary? No. Was it fun? Sure. I had fun. So that's why I say the difference between having fun and then making fast decisions and being in it. And then I guess you could say having that reward of fighting and then clutching out, right? Now, this is a battle royale. It's not necessarily a, Call of Duty. But I will never deter anybody from having fun. But I need to see you guys fight. I need you guys to understand how micro works. Turn and burn. If you watch the VOD, you'll notice as many times as possible, I held as many head glitches. Now, when I overextended is because I had information on what was going on. I listened to you guys for information. The team's, by the way, fighting on the left.
Yeah, west.
It's a last squad, so we might as well just run at them. There's knocks on both ends.
And we're not in the room.
R99, Ash ult is out. 2 knocks right here on my
I
ping.
see someone over there.
Yeah, coming.
3 knocks. This is an easy one. We got this.
Yeah, they just finished.
I can probably hold an off angle.
Only
Yeah, go
one.
for it. I'm kind of shoving in. I know. Oh, they're resing. It's only one alive. Only one alive.
Oh,
Just
one
shove
alive,
them
one
all
alive.
together. He went this way.
There's an enemy near me.
As we go together, we're good. I'm looking. Okay, you guys are behind
I'm
me.
with you. I'm top.
Yep. It's the last person.
Target there.
I see him.
Yep.
Cracked.
Okay, I'm gonna
55.
queue forward then,
Activating jump drive.
knowing that you got that crack. I haven't seen him bat. They probably batted by now.
I think he was just running.
I don't know why. At this point, it's pubs. What are you doing?
I don't actually have any syringes, so
I don't either. I'm going
I
to
might
zone.
go with-
This zone doesn't hurt, but I have a med kit. All right. Now the downside is if I get shot right here, I could actually throw the game. I'm gonna queue forward, so I don't.
I'm right
die.
behind you, so
Okay.
you'll be fine.
All right. We just gotta push together and we'll win.
Healing.
Yeah, I'm healing.
I can Valkyrie for info.
Yeah, we can all go together. Why don't we just land on top of his forehead once we all heal up?
Yeah.
There you go.
Open up shop and shut them down.
Because I got the movement. Let's see if I can peek and bait some damage if they're interested. They might try to craft banners. That'd be kind of crazy, but I've seen crazier stuff, you know? Alright, I picked up some extra syringes right here, so top off.
Here.
Okay.
Healing.
I don't think he had time to grab banners, but he could craft them.
I only noticed an Ash. I don't know if he has a lifeline teammate.
One sec. Healing up.
I mean, if you need more syringes.
I'm just gonna full heal him and drop on his head.
Yep.
Okay. My guess is he's up there. Alright, I'm gonna Valkyrie.
Alright, let's do it.
Right here seems like a good place to loot. Alert 5, Valkyrie on standby, ready for burn. Burn is good.
Wee. My guess is already in zone.
Yeah.
Make sure seat backs, tray tables, and automatic weapons are in their
Don't
full
see anything,
upright
don't see
Let's go to care pack right here.
Care package over there.
In case there's a Kraber inside or L-Star.
It's a shield.
I'll
Rip.
take it.
We can just take the jump tower again.
Yeah, let's do it. I don't know, I mean, why you would rat at this point.
I don't know what people do in pubs.
Alright, oh, you guys already went up. Let's go to this right
I
here.
wonder what we'll find over there.
Er,
Hmm.
That's annoying.
Next
Riding
post up
somewhere?
here.
That's not bad. We can duck and hide. And if it's just one person, I'm not really worried. Oh, was that a
Oh, he
res?
res.
What
That
the
was a
heck?
res.
Thief's intuition.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna pop Horizon all at them.
It's gonna take him a
Is there
second to
even
get in.
res peek in there?
The most realistic spot they have time for is right here.
It's in the replicator. He could have crafted it.
Care package dropping from low orbit.
Oh, true.
Is it through the cave?
Yeah. We're gonna run
It's
right
like
through
on
the cave.
Tiger.
I assume they do not have time to run all the way this way, based on how much we're running in. I'm gonna rush to the car.
Hear the ship. It could have just been that random plane that's always hovering around Geyser. I'm gonna watch outside.
They're zipping up.
Right here?
Yep.
Oh,
He's
they
got
have a
red.
glitch on the
Yep.
stairs.
I'm gonna use the car right here.
Nade.
They don't have nowhere to go.
Recharging my
Pop me a cell.
Taking fire. We're already inside the next rip.
Okay, underneath your car.
Just keep holding. We're good. Cracked one.
Shield. Grenade, move.
recharging.
Pop a cell.
Recharging my shields.
They literally have to move towards us, so.
Shops open for business.
I found some head glitches. Oh, there you go.
Let's crack another. Flush again.
Shattered an enemy shield. Reloading.
Half is 90.
All right. At some point, all they're gonna do, because they can't run around. By the way, there's no way the zone hurts too much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can't.
Oh, okay. I got a bat. They're gonna shove now. I need help. I need help. Ah! Crap.
Down.
Singularity deployed.
Res. Oh, okay. Never mind. Play you. Whatever you got to do.
One is health.
Recharging my shields.
Blocking for you.
Yeah.
Good try. Good try.
Wow.
Come on.
Hey, they got the crack. They moved up on it. Good timing. They played it well. Kudos to them.
Yeah.
We go
Kind
again.
of through.
What's that?
I said she's kind of through.
It's all good. I mean, we held the angle. I mean, that's the best spot we could have had. But they did it right. I mean, I called what they were going to do. It was like once they got the crack, they were going to move up, you know?
Yeah.
I possibly could have not popped my bat. It would have been fine, but yeah, it is what it is. We go again.
So one thing I find myself doing a lot is lagging behind you two.
Over
I
time,
don't know why.
you'll keep up. Don't get distracted by other loot or specific things, you know?
I mean, we're pretty fast. Loba's Q plus my passive.
Yeah.
All you got is and you don't have much movement.
But you could tell the team knew what they were doing by holding head glitches. You know what I mean? They essentially waited for
Yeah.
the right crack at the right moment. And then
Oh,
once
yeah,
it
I
happened,
peeked.
there was no other choice for them but to push. So it goes back to the same thing we've been coaching, right? Once they got the information, they got the crack, they knew without a shadow of a doubt to move forward.
Nothing down
I just felt like once I got cracked in my spot, I did some damage. I probably shouldn't have just turned and ran away. I should just pretty much completed the bat and then held and let you guys hold my cross. But, you know, hey, I make mistakes too. Because I gave him too much space. If I just waited there, for them to hit me in the car, I think I could duck enough.
There were two of them were respawned. We could just full send rather than hold the angle.
We could
How
have.
was I top ranked?
Yeah, we could have full sent, but the Pathfinder had a pretty nasty head glitch. So it was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't know how much damage it would have done. We would essentially just been running without cover, you know? But I guess
and
based on the damage
noticed
I was
when
doing,
first peeked-
if
I
you
noticed
guys...
when I
Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry.
No,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, when I noticed when I first peeked that they were holding like the stairs really well. I don't know if it was like stairs or anything, but I could barely see them.
Yeah.
They had like wide like shots on me.
The only thing we could have done, I know we're all peeking kind of the one area and I had the truck, is that somebody peeked more on the far left to try to get an angle on one of them. And then we can overextend and push. That's another option at that point. If we want to shove, then like if the damage is done, and I have to heal, and I'm the the least healthy, somebody else has to kind of push essentially. That's kind of the rule. Because if I push and I'm the least healthy, then the push doesn't make any sense. I wasn't paying attention. How many people landed here?
0. I was watching. People landed. I always forget the name of this countdown.
Maneuver to that area. Attention.
It's so smart to play with both in pubs. I thought about it afterwards. I had no idea if they were both going to be free. It just happened to work out that way.
It was just a normal Sunday morning for me. Oh, Saturday. Damn.
I haven't played Apex in a while, and I want to get back into it. So
Yeah, that works.
1 minute until
Have
the
ult in
ring
18%.
closes, and everything here is gone for good.
Secured some materials.
Yeah, look at every loss as a way to learn and what happened, and then you can assess. The plus side and downside of this MMR is that people sweat really hard.
Rings near darlings, and we get a whole 45 seconds of free time.
and we're kind of sweating
New
too. So
cheerleader?
Yeah.
Interesting.
right in.
All right, I'm dropping ult here.
Let's do some shopping.
Okay.
We've got 30 seconds to get to the next ring. If you go down, I'm not carrying you.
Let's see here.
My only issue with pubs is that it's World's Edge, and so after first ring, there's only like 2 squads left.
Yeah, a lot of people tend to fight.
Yeah,
If you guys are ready, we can just rotate.
yeah, I'm good.
Rings close. Unless you're looking for a wee sunburn, best keep your wits about you.
All right, moving.
Yep, I'm with you.
Oh, I forgot they put this here. I can just use low bolt and steal something here.
But the ring's on the move, and we're not inside
There's
it
a
yet.
gold armor there. I'm crying. I always
I
forget that
got
they
him
move
with
this.
it, though.
Yeah, drop it over here. I can snag that.
That's where the vault is, right?
Yeah, I completely forgot they put this here. No matter how many times I've played this map and been through here, I still forget. I'm still used to like the old way it looks. I'm at 72%. Somebody said Sky's voice is so calming. I love it. That's awesome.
Oh, that's a compliment I've never gotten.
Care package. Drop in from low orbit.
And then everyone's agreeing. Let's go. Love it. All right, I got 10%. I'm gonna grab the gold armor out of here. I'll let you guys grab what you need, and I'll grab the gold.
Okay. I need
7%.
better armor in general.
Yeah, and then we'll go push Monument where everyone's at. Pretty much where everyone died last round.
Welcome to the
You guys have heavy ammo?
I've got
No, but hopefully there's some in there. There you go.
heavy ammo here.
I can drop an extra stack.
Remember who
Oh,
hooked
that's
you
vault
up?
loot. Okay.
I've got your back.
All right, let me know when you guys are done.
My favorite kind
I'm
of
done.
loot. The kind that's all mine.
You can't take the vault loot.
Only I
I'm
can.
dropping
Ammo
one
here.
stack of
Oh.
heavy.
All right, I'm grabbing.
Yeah, I'm done.
Armor on the ground.
Evo shield here.
Oh,
Level
thanks.
2.
Yeah, just drop mine. Here, take my bats. I don't need them since I'm running
Shield
gold.
battery here.
I'll leave it for her. She's got the blue armor.
All right, us
Rings
pushing
gonna
through
be
here. We know that there was a massive fight probably here. It's not always the smartest push, but we're gonna work on some micro fighting.
Something happened that way.
I see
Right here,
someone over
fighting.
there.
I hear shots.
That one.
They're the trades. 2 knocks. They're not done yet. I don't think I saw the number drop. I'm gonna take. This is initially probably a dumb push, but we're gonna take highway.
It's so open.
Yeah, it is. That's why it was a dumb push.
There's one inside.
Yep.
Yellow. Watson.
Horizon crossing here.
One running. Yeah, one crossing.
I'm gonna get ready to blast them.
I think they're ISO'd.
Yep.
They're isolated. There's still one in the
They're all 3 here.
okay.
Let's get right here.
Keeping watch
Here, I'm gonna
Stay on
queue.
height. Stay on height. Oh shoot!
They're shooting at me. Recharge-
Coming right back up.
Here, seriously, here.
Yeah,
Hit him
nice.
28.
Rook assault.
This
Guys
guy's
out. Nice. I gotta reset.
Enemy
Popping 1 cell.
I'm down on the top.
Looking. Get a shot in the back, I think. Popping 1 cell.
Sears white swinging you.
Oh my god.
No. GG's.
That was just bad push in general.
It's all right.
But I'm starting to get the hang of like.
Oh, we almost got him
knowing
too. It's not
what is
bad.
a bad push or a good push, you know.
Yeah, and that's a pred team. So I mean, this guy's got all pred badges, so they're gonna know what they're doing. We almost got him. And Sky, like you said, you just hopped over an Apex, so it's not bad. So essentially, when you popped your Q, remember this thought process when you pop your Q. I tried to push and I got punished for overextending, and so I had to back up and heal. The Q is good, so if you're using it, remember the Q has to be used offensively at that point. So if you have your ult, then you can use your ult, because that's pretty much what they did. The minute we see a Horizon ult, we have to blast it, or else we're all just going to get like stuck in there, which it did pretty well. We were like, the difference between that fight was a difference of like 25 to maybe 50 damage of winning. It was really, really close.
From my point of view.
Yeah. Okay, so should I be like pretty liberal with Horizon's ult?
If the engagement, if you're saying that you want to push, then yes, the engagement, we should push. Des, are you well today? Yeah, we're doing some coaching, man. We're vibing. I assume the Preds by themselves solo queuing. I assume they're playing with the randoms as well. I mean, they were coordinated, but I don't know. It's pubs. It's kind of hard to tell. You know what I mean?
I mean, they're coordinated because they're Preds, you know? Like.
Yeah. And we did well. I make mistakes. We all make mistakes. It wasn't bad though. It was a pretty good engagement.
Close your eyes.
I think it did about 64 damage initially. I thought I hit him 3 times, which is why I kind of had us move forward.
I'll loot this building.
We're going far then.
Okay.
You're welcome.
But chat, remember, celebrate things that you do well, you know? And then look at the things you need to fix.
Oh, purple armor.
Nice. I had a ult excel, so I'll drop ult in a second.
Here. Level 2.
He spent some time aim training today. I didn't do it yesterday. Based on my wingman shots, it's a little off.
I got the worst sight in the game for somebody.
Here you go.
Okay.
Oh my god, I love that sight. Give this to me.
Anyone else dropping?
It's like,
Everyone does.
Mama's got a brand
Okay,
new
for fun, we can go fight. We don't have to necessarily go to zone. I'm on my way.
Could get interesting.
they're teamed that way.
Yep. Sounds like
Yeah.
they're really in it. It's trades.
I'm right there. Oh no, he's downed.
Alright, good comms
Oh,
moving
right
up.
there.
I'm gonna
Yep.
scale up since I know that we're safe.
Ooh, look at this. A head glitch. Whoa.
I'm gonna grief this guy. I don't want them to reset and res.
enemy.
Okay, I'm gonna do something a little aggro. Probably not this. Oh, right here. What the heck?
Right, on your left, on your left.
Why am I batting?
I'm gonna go behind this truck.
That guy's literally one.
Hit him
Oh,
4-4.
I got shot in the back. Oh, I play that really bad.
Reloading.
I'm out of ammo.
You're good. You're good. I'm
Horizon is weak. She's batting.
gonna crawl back to you.
I think we could all use a pick-me-up. Watch my back, pals. There's a
Jesus, I can't hit anything, bro.
reload.
He's about to die. I'm crawling to you.
They're fighting over here. I'm crawling back over as well.
Y'all res.
Yep, go for it.
Okay.
They're gonna hear it. I'm gonna give you knock.
No.
Keep the knock up.
Yep.
Tell me if it's about to break.
Here, I have a blue one. I have a blue
I got 43. Yeah, back up. She's got blue. I don't know if you have heals. Oh, it's 2 people. Alright, that was my bad. I overextended, and then for some reason I didn't finish the lifeline because I was having some weird moment where I don't know, I thought they were going to die, and I just stopped shooting for some reason and started healing. I thought I literally killed them. I don't know what was going on in my mind. I kind of pushed up with that information, though.
Oh, we knew what we were doing, I think.
Yeah. It's just that person was on the left, and honestly, like, if you look at the VOD, I shot, and then based on the last bullet, she was literally 1 HP. And so I in my brain was like, oh, she's dead. And then she didn't die. And then I started batting, and I even called it like, why am I batting? I just had
Yeah.
I had a weird moment, man. I don't know. I didn't eat this morning yet. And I'm gonna try drinking this like protein shake.
Yeah, that counts as food, I'm sure.
It does. At least it'll carry me over until the end of stream. How do you celebrate things you do well when all I can think about is how I can improve upon my mistakes? I mean, we looted fast, we rotated well. I mean, I did damage, and then I made a mistake. So I did stuff well, and then I essentially just made a mistake, which is okay. So there are things that are good in that encounter, right?
Introducing your champion. I've been here before.
What was crazy is I shot the knock person, and then the lifeline didn't ever turn to shoot at either one of us. It was very
Wanna go there
strange.
again?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna drop the same spot, yeah.
Sing.
Might have one team with us. I'm gonna
Oh,
take
we've
big
got
building.
multiples. Can
Yeah.
we play together then?
Yeah, just go big building.
Yeah. I'm dropping in the side.
I'm actually gonna drop center and queue back to you guys so we can steal a little bit more loot. I don't want him to have everything. I'm gonna queue over to the far end over here. Loot that a little bit.
Let me know what you need. I'm pretty much kitted.
I think I'm fine. Alright, I'm good to fight. I'm looking for info now.
Gotta hop up here.
I'm like 60.
First
blood.
One squad landed far west, and then they're fighting by the replicator.
Alright, taking the zip line.
Yep.
Holding. I see them on the bin right here. I missed. Moving up.
Next ring's quite far. Relatively speaking, of course.
Right here on my ping. Back.
Skynating.
One on this far end. I have a Lobel. Is this two teams? You said, right?
I believe so, but I think the other squad just left or died.
85, 110. Flush on the one on the far end right here. Flush again. He's literally 5
Oh,
HP. Alright. I'm gonna move up just a little bit.
Okay.
Holding.
45 seconds and a long way to go.
I'm pushing.
60 in. You got that. Moving in. I'm gonna flank your right.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna do
Crack.
something dumb and drop on him. There's two down here. They're both flush. Yeah, you got that. One more. Or, oh, shoot.
Oh, he healed up now.
Oh, I'm being shot at by the other squad now.
It's the same squad. Same squad. It's a cat.
Find you.
Same squad?
Yeah.
Alright.
It's only one more. Good try. Good try. Okay, so I did something dumb and I dropped. So I know that was dumb.
And I followed you.
I wanted to drop to see if I could get him. I just wanted to have a little fun with it. It's all good. Do as I say, not as I do. But I did say it was dumb. I know it's dumb, but I wanted to have a little fun. If we
That's
just
the whole
held
point
and
of
waited,
it.
we would have been just fine. Hey, Desmond, wondering what you use for aim training? Aim Lab.
Really?
Yeah.
You have like a playlist or something?
I have actually my own playlist on there, but I like using the Voltaic ones. I think Voltaic is a really strong playlist.
I've been trying to do aim labs, but I don't know what to do. It's just too confusing.
Start with like basics. So Voltaic has like a really good setup of like just a beginner list. Think of aim as like different categories, right? You have static, you have tracking, reactionary aim, you know, just focus or just do a category and then switch it up. It's like being at the gym. There's like a full body exercise. Just focus on like just a little bit of everything, right?
So I just like kind of do whatever.
You'll find stuff that you don't like because it's hard, and that's probably what you need to improve upon. It's just best to kind of take the gym approach, right? All right, I'm gonna stop doing stupid stuff. All right, I promise. I'm sorry. I've just been kind of vibing. If everyone ever wonders why I kind of do dumb stuff, it's because like you play always at a high level all the time, and then you sweat, and sometimes you just want to do stupid stuff, you know? And it's okay to do dumb stuff. As long as your teammates just aren't getting mad at you, you know? Sometimes you just want to have fun.
Ooh, wingman flatline, literally my loadout.
Nice. So I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like what I'm doing is intelligent. I know when I'm doing something stupid. But again, that's why the premise is like, you gotta have fun. And whenever I stream, I'm like, let's just do something stupid, you know? All right, moving up a little bit. 2 teams, one crossing the bridge, one out in the open.
Yep.
This
They're
guy
right
for
there.
15, white armor, yep, looking.
On
They're
the zip
backing
line.
up, yep. This
Moving
guy's here
to
for
you
30.
guys.
You're good, holding. Moving up just a little bit, actually.
He's moving over to you.
Okay. Alright, I'll actually play this smart. Quote unquote smart. Crack, flush, 117 in, dead.
Nice.
Enemy down.
They're fighting over here, knocked. They finished. I'm moving up.
Yep.
I need to heal a little bit. Watching. I hear a res going off.
Move.
Recharging my shields.
I'm gonna take the height up here. Use the little head glitch. They're resing, or are they not? Hit one for 100, knocked.
Enemy down. You've been snared.
Holding.
Are they
Ash
in
on
the
the
building?
stair.
Yep. Watch out for a Q.
Oh, what? I don't even know how
I think I just got shot in the back. Queuing away. V10, I'm moving out, moving out.
Okay, I'm coming back.
Yep.
Find you right here, right here.
Watching.
Oh god, that's a.
Another
Yeah,
one.
it's another squad.
Okay, I'm dropping down.
You're good. I'm grabbing some stuff.
Enemy. Hold up.
I got heals.
You got
Holding.
I just
Looking.
Cracked
Nice. Holding for you.
Slash one. Bogey
Finish.
down.
He's another one dropping. Cracked him. Flush. 100 in.
Dead.
Nice. Watching for you still. Watching for you. They finished.
They're all dead.
Holding.
Shield popping.
You're good.
Recharging my shields. One sec. Healing up.
Came up for 100 and something damage. Moving up to the
Nice, good
head glitch.
shots.
I'm surrendering and I'm coming.
Cracked another. Holding. They're gonna catwall in there. Might be hard to push. Yeah. Just need it out.
Tossing thermite.
I'm going up the rope.
You're good. Holding.
another team, I think.
Oh, what the? Yeah.
Yeah.
Damage.
I'm backing out.
Close to you?
Yeah, I can always craft a banner. Grabbing a little more ammo.
Can't.
Alright,
Oh,
I'm
wait, we can't. Okay. You're Loba.
One sec. Under fire.
I'm looking for you.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Recharging shields.
Almost cracked one. Maybe it was the same team. Going for 100.
Bonus flash.
Reloading.
We might be able to still take this. It's not the smartest fight, but it's gonna be fun.
Charging on my shields.
I'm all down for fun. Just need some light.
Check the ult and see if it's in there. Unless
Yeah,
I
I'm
killed
gonna
it.
do it.
Can always craft your banner. That's kind of why I'm also fighting for this spot. 85 in.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Just need one to make a big mistake.
Deploying an evac
I'll
tower.
distract him with this and just keep pushing forward.
Ooh, half
Watch out, we've got 2 on you, V10.
Here's the second
I
wave
think.
needed.
Horizon ulting.
Moving.
Q to me.
You're gonna be by yourself.
Taking
I can't. I don't have your cross.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's I played it out.
Oh, they're gonna wall that. I can't see anymore.
Oh, look.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Materials.
I'll queue away a bit. Okay.
Throwing jump drive.
Got a Phoenix.
Cover me. I'm using a phoenix. key.
Tough fight. What can I craft?
Harvester.
Yeah, that's probably where I'm gonna go. They are trying hard to catch up. Let's close the gap a little
Jump
bit.
drive out.
Is Loba's cooldown on like dependent on how far you travel, or is it always the same?
It's always the same. Pathfinder is the only one that has that.
Oh, okay.
they're gonna see
Open
this.
for business.
Yeah, did you see them?
Mama's got you now. I looted our teammate's banner. Oh look, materials. Respawn beacon over there.
Yeah, they're close. I can hear their footsteps.
Don't drive out.
All right. I'm gonna res you.
Respawn beacon over
Landslide.
Yeah.
It's not the greatest POI for loot, but it's fine.
Carry extra syringes. So yeah, hopefully this is fun, right? Educational.
I think we're just having a little bit of fun doing dumb stuff.
I mean, you gotta have a little fun every once in a while. But I mean, I guess when you're still having fun, you can still know what the logical thing to do is, you know?
Yeah. This is good for me in terms of knowing like what's a bad push, what's a good push.
Yeah, that's why
Because then
I try to comment what
Yeah.
I know is good and bad, so then you know. And then I guess it's almost educational through the mistakes. So like when we look at the other fight, when we were doing damage, if we maintained a lot of pressure on them the first game, we would have won. I know whenever we slowed things down, let's say like you looted a few boxes, we should have just kept shoving relentlessly. We probably should have out-golded much sooner on that guy's forehead. We never had a chance to res to begin with, right?
Yeah.
The other fight that we took, which one was the one before this? I dropped from height. It's dumb to fight it because you never know if they're both just sitting there. Regardless of your aim, you never know how it's going to play out, right? Here's a little ult. And then, of course, this round, this wasn't bad. We're live.
I mean, I trolled that fight.
Yeah, just make sure like when you're overextending that I can hold your cross. Like an example, even though you got dropped on, I held for you best I could, right? Here's a medkit for somebody.
Medkit here.
Me, Tet, you need a medkit?
Probably.
Okay, here, you take this.
Daz, I'm sorry I killed Sky. Did you? Was that you? That's crazy.
Yeah, traitor. Tet, I know, mods ban him.
The timing, that's actually hilarious. Did your team die? Are you still, I guess you're typing, so I guess, are you playing?
Hold on, I need to heal.
Do two burst guns. Okay, let's look at zone. At this point, 5 squads remaining. Probably not going to fight outside of zone unless we're doing it because we're just psychopaths. Here's some syringes. That's actually hilarious. That's toxic.
Care package over there.
Ooh, bow check.
Oh, and Dawn killed Omega. Prowler here.
Prowler SMG here.
I'm dropping on my heavy. I have like 200 heavy right here.
Heavy ammo here.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
take
holding.
that. I already have a prowler.
I'm good on light.
Right here, my ping.
I see an enemy.
Yep.
Knocked one.
An enemy shield. We've got a
Okay.
70.
Nice.
Octane got away. He's 70 HP though.
Over here. You
Yep.
see it?
Yeah, I see. 70. 140. Knocked.
target down.
Alright, moving
Behind
over a
us,
little
Rock.
bit. Yeah. I'm gonna wide swing it. The resing. 70.
Advantage, I think.
One went over here.
Yeah,
going
I'm
up?
going over there.
Oh, they're lagging. Oh my god, I missed.
That's a nemesis.
I'm standing on the open and moving.
I'm Phoenix kidding.
Yeah, I'm gonna reposition and I can look.
Charging
145 on the ceiling.
They have gold res, so 70. Holding.
Oh shoot.
Careful, you're overextended on that. If you can back up a little bit.
Yeah.
Heal up,
I
heal
dropped
up.
all the way down.
You're good. Watching.
We're all outside the
They have to move. We all have to move.
On our way.
Yeah, I'm gonna move towards epicenter.
You're good. 70 on another. 140.
Enemy shield.
Come towards
They're gonna
me.
eat
I'm on this
back.
building.
Got
Knocked one.
double.
Target
Nice.
Alright, let's move over. Keep moving.
activating jump drive.
They're gonna. Oh shit! I should have shot him right there. It's all good. Let's just move to zone.
I've got Valkyl. I can just do it right now. Like,
Yep, right here.
Wait, let's
yeah.
go. Alert 5, Valkyrie
Covering for
ready
you.
for burn.
Wait for
How
Sky.
copy?
Hey, go, go, go.
Go for burn.
Honestly, I might just land on his forehead.
Yep.
His teammate is behind him.
Yeah, they're trailing far behind.
Drinks are not complimentary, though you'll wish to God they will be soon enough.
Go past him.
I'm
Go
gonna-
past
I'm
him.
gonna
Let's just
land
play
by-
smart.
Yeah. Go.
Tango Delta.
I'm gonna queue a little forward, then watch your
Don't
cross.
drive in position.
Alright, I'm popping a cell or a syringe. I got low bolt here.
Welcome to the shop. That's energy to me. Recharging my shield.
I'm watching. Landing.
Yep. Give us Horizon Q.
Who hooked you up? I've got your back.
Alright, keep running
Uh,
across. Keep running
alright,
across.
thank-
We're gonna go this way.
Let's go here.
We're gonna block over here.
Charging on my shields.
I think he landed
Over
here.
there.
Yeah, we're just gonna decrossing. The other team's gonna pick on us. Hello. Watching. Got a head glitch.
Under fire.
I'm good.
70 on him. They got blue armor. Moving up.
Recharging my shields.
The rest of his teammates are dropping on them.
Yeah, let's keep rotating right. Let's go to zone. We're just gonna shove this way. We gotta get to zone. We'll go for a win this round.
Hold up. Healing.
Let's keep moving forward. Scale over on the right.
Care package over there.
I'll give an example earlier when there's a large amount of damage going out. Like if we have a knock, try to maintain pressure so they don't reset. Right here on this team right here.
There's someone over there.
I grabbed the hemlock.
Yeah, moving up a little bit. We're in zone, so if we can get him out, that'd be ideal, but let's not go too crazy with that. The hemlock, I think, is still in there.
Yeah.
That way he calls to me.
I found a little something extra.
Miss. Swing and a miss. I might grab that hemlock. Might be a solo from the way they're playing.
Might be one for left. I don't know.
Drop the bow. It doesn't have a whole lot in it.
Here.
Sure, let's
Put an arrow
go.
right through their
Like the
hearts.
3 times from the bow.
We can gate right here for now. Because that is
As I
not
was
in.
saying-
What we'll find over
As
there.
I was saying before, I think the IMMR lobbies like capitalize on the mistakes that I would usually make in my lobbies, right?
Yeah.
So it like helps illuminate like which is a good idea and which is a bad idea.
So let's give an example. Like we saw that guy get knocked on the right earlier that I knocked. If we kept him knocked, we could maintain pressure, right? But they res, so we had to either maintain pressure and choose to fight or just leave, you know?
Right.
As an IGL, I made the decision for us to stay. For better or for worse. But I like to do a mixed play style. They're queuing
Let's
over
head
here.
that way.
They're gonna have to run towards us, so just hold for a minute. We'll win this.
They go up the evac, we can shoot them.
They're shooting at stacks.
Right here, get ready.
See an enemy.
40 on one. About 60 on that guy. Flush on him. Oh, I mean, fall, crap. Just
Up
gate
down.
them out. Nice. One knocked. We can move forward. Move forward on this.
Me, over here.
We do it together.
I'm gonna ult.
Okay. Going for 64. Flush. Almost knocked. About 150 in. You got that Omega. I'm pushing with you. Almost here.
One
Almost here.
knocked.
Got one.
Watching. Nice. Good job. Let's go.
Nice, good job guys.
Confirm slash and hold
This was the charge rifle team.
opening shot.
Nice.
Come see the merchandise.
No, I'm actually gonna grab a purple, so I have enough bats.
Alright, I'm good.
Yeah, let's rotate.
I'm gonna boot it up.
We're gonna go through the tunnel.
We've got a minute to find her.
Oh, they're fighting. I'm gonna queue over and try to catch up.
Throwing jump drive.
We can potentially catch up if I just took Valkyl.
We gotta go inside the tunnel though.
We have 45 seconds.
I think
and
they're
the next
fighting
ring.
here.
Let's head that way.
Might run into him. One knock. PK. Alright, they're still in it.
Care package over there.
There it
We're about to
is.
finish. Yeah.
Package over there.
Final 2 squads, and I don't do second place. Let's end this.
Q us up on roof.
Let's see what we have.
Oh, shit, you're nearby,
Yeah.
my bad.
They're on roof.
Once you got it, throw the Q.
Oh shit.
I'm here.
There's already a team on roof.
Yep. Almost knocked
I'm
or
bad,
cracked
I'm
or
batting,
not.
I'm batting.
You're good, you're good. I'm bad as well. V10, you're by yourself up there?
Yeah, I'm down here.
Okay. We can take the stairs. Moving up.
Steer on me inside.
Okay. Shit, I'm gonna go with Sky.
Yep.
Make
no
it just a
problem.
decision.
150.
Knocked him.
Nice, good job.
Alright, reset. V10 heal. Nice.
I'm
Let's
healing.
go ahead and finish this guy. Keep my weapon charged looking.
Took care of that one.
Impressive kill, darling. Just a tick.
You have Kraber? Nope. Let's go on height. Take stairs.
Yep.
Right here. Holding the cyclist for a minute.
Not kidding.
Alright, I'm batting.
Recharging my shields.
Sky, what we're gonna do, come outside of the building, we're gonna queue all the way up together. Follow me.
Okay.
Right here. We're gonna queue all the way
Go
up.
with me. Over here.
Let's go. We'll do it together. Focus left first.
Building Valkyrie.
Okay. Factor. Now we can focus Octane, or whichever one. We're moving up. Alright, they're inside. I'm batting.
Recharging my shields.
Okay.
I'm with you. If you want to jump on him. Drop on him.
Okay.
Okay, cracked. Cracked another. Focusing the one on the right. Got him. Batting.
Shooting at
One
me.
more.
Recharging shields.
I'm betting.
Recharging shields.
Okay, so then Res, I'm just gonna finish this.
I'm using a phoenix.
Looking.
Took care
Alright,
of
be
that.
together.
Big is on.
Give us height. Give us height. Or Q.
She's cracked.
We're almost here. Nice, good stuff.
Nice, good stuff.
Nice. See, when I don't play stupid, we win.
That's crazy.
I know I was throwing the other games. That's my bad.
I mean, we were all kind of throwing. I was throwing.
You
I
are
threw-
the Apex
Wait, this is the same game and you rezzed us, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So I was throwing this game too.
Does Daz offer coaching service? Yeah, we're kind of doing like a post recap essentially. Okay, so I know there's a damage discrepancy, but we always do stuff as a team. Okay, just understand that I get it. All right, but then you know what to practice and like what it feels like to maintain pressure and presence. You know.
Yeah.
You'll
For me,
get-
I think it was a lot of times I couldn't, like, it's either damage or like just straight up like knowing where people are.
Yeah.
And like when we and during that building fight, I only knew the Seer was on me and I didn't know where everyone else was.
Yeah, that's kind of why I ran to you once I heard the comm, and I knew V10
Yeah.
would just follow. So I mean, it's synergy is important, right? You know, I know that you're new to Apex, but like staying together. That's why I was giving you the tip before. Just focus on one person to kind of be with, and everything else just kind of falls into place. At least that's the main idea and concept behind everything.
Yeah, I believe it's a lot of like repetition, just playing the game and also game sense. Because like with the other games, like the other FPS games I've played, like just straight up just putting in hours and like just playing, like just gets your game sense a lot better.
Yeah. And just like, even if you know that it's a dumb push, it's okay that it's a dumb push, because then you put yourself in stressful environments. I use the example of if you're nervous about walking on stage, what do? Get on stage more, right?
Right.
So by putting yourself in a variety of situations, you'll know what to do. But if you never experience it, then you'll never know what to do in that scenario. Even though they may not be ideal situations, sometimes even if you play very well and you play as strategic as possible, you may accidentally still be pushed in a scenario that just isn't going to be good for you. You know what I mean? Just know to capitalize and stuff. I mean, they're rezzing very fast, and that kind of gives you the time frame. In lower tier lobbies, they won't res, or they'll panic more, or they'll do X, Y, and Z. It's just a matter of trying to capitalize on mistakes that you see. Parker, that was my team. Anyway, we could have played that better. Were you the last team? I think the biggest thing was that we kind of isolated you guys out one at a time. When you guys were on the roof, you guys were together, and that's when you did your most damage. And then
And then the seer dropped down.
yeah, once we realized one was isolated, I made the decision and I said, "Oh, let's go to Sky," and then we got you down, or one of the seer down, and then reassess from there. It was good holding because you cracked Sky on the way in, and then we were kind of discombobulated for a minute, and that's where team synergy and knowing where your teammates are at will start to help a lot. Add water and start. Thank you so much for 10 months, man. I appreciate it.
Just realized the first fight we had where I went down, or Sky and I went down. Those were my old rank. Those were my ranked teammates that were fighting against.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, we did a lot of damage on him, and I don't know which one exactly. Was it the one where they isolated you out on the bridge?
Yeah, that was the Horizon. That was an
Okay.
old-
I mean,
all three of them were on me. They just sort of knew by me playing Valk.
I mean, the biggest thing, like when we look at it, this is why you can't always just win stuff by yourself. You need somebody to make a mistake. And I was doing a lot of damage and hitting them, but then one person just can't carry the team all the time. Because unfortunately, even myself, I'm going to make a mistake at some point, right? I'm not perfect, or I won't always choose to play like perfectly in every scenario, right? So then when you're put in those scenarios, you have to ask yourself, how can I better support my teammate? Like when I saw you on the ground, I'm beaming as best I can from a distance to hold for you. And therefore you survived that encounter. I saw you make a mistake. I try to cover for your mistake. If I make a mistake, got to watch for my mistake. If somebody overextends, cover while they're overextending. It's a lot of variables, unfortunately. And it's not just one thing that you can cover just in one coaching session or stream. You can think you play everything right, but there's always another option of where things could have been a little bit better. Chad is asking, how do you deal with situations where teammates aren't communicating, aren't on the same wavelength, and you have to rely on yourself? You just pay attention to what they're doing. You know, like if I see V10 moving forward and I think it's a mistake, and then I'm going to cover for him best I can. If I'm pushing forward, I'm doing a lot of damage, and I see they're not with me, then I'll essentially wait and see if they'll put pressure. If not, then I'll queue back immediately to reposition. Sky, you down for one more?
Yeah, sure.
King Avenging. Hey, what's up, Dan?
Wait.
Is this Sunday? It's Saturday.
There was Total in there too? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
Total, Knowlton,
Oh my
and
gosh.
which were yeah.
But what will happen is that you'll find that as you do more damage, more opportunities happen. That's why I say every fundamental is important. You need to be able to aim and do damage, because when you do that, a team will either hold or run away or reposition strategically, right? If you have good positioning, then it might read to the opponent that they need to slow down the fight. If you're late on looting and you rotate late, then you might miss out on opportunities on third partying or something. There's always an area that you have to improve upon, micro and macro, and they all need to come together harmoniously. If you are really aggro and shoving, your teammates are with you. I mean, let's say your teammates just can't keep pace, which is okay. But you have to wait for them at some point. Otherwise, if you go in, you can't necessarily win a 3v1. You don't know if you're going to face a 3 stack. You don't know if the opponents are just going to catch you out. Something will always happen.
So is that why you always have a poke weapon as your secondary? Because I always just do SMG shotguns. I understand the relevance of poke and like why it's required, but
it's just, it happens to be a strength that I have. Like when I played Battlefield, I was always good at range, and so
yeah.
In this game, I kind of essentially just translate range to pressure, right? I guess I've been playing support and stuff for so long. I mean, I could play entry, but I have 2 people who are playing entry right now, right? You're both on legends that lean that way. Horizon's very much entry. And if I look at Valkyrie, same thing, right? I'm essentially, when I play Loba most of the time, I usually like playing Loba when I coach. Like if I'm Watson, I can't cross and do a whole lot. I might be limited to what I can actually do and achieve. Loba can play entry. She can play off angle. She can play anchor and throw down ult, and she can play every role, which is why she's busted. Now you probably say if she plays every role, why in comp is she not used more? Well, that's because she's a jack of all trades and kind of a master of none. Seer's
a squad right. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, you're good. Coming
I'm
over.
peering back to you.
You're good.
I just saw one straggler, so I'm not quite sure if it's a full squad or not.
Okay, I'm holding and looking.
First blood. Imagine passing out before even
Yeah, they looted this building.
Okay. I'm gonna have ult in a second.
I think we both saw each other and we both ran away.
Setting up shop.
Alright, I'm gonna peek in a second. I just want to grab a different gun real quick.
Yeah, I'll cover for you. Let me know when you're done.
Yeah.
I need to say.
It's our neighbor, pals, and we've got about a minute to find it.
All right, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold for you guys now.
New kill leader. They can have it.
I'm gonna move up a little bit because I think they
I'm
just
good.
kept running.
45 seconds until the ring
Looking through the
closes.
the
We've
looking
got
glass.
time, but not much.
Somebody shield swapping me. I've got a poke weapon.
Evo shield here.
You take a Sky.
Level 2.
Why would you shield?
I don't know.
30 seconds.
You want his armor?
A little further.
I mean, I've got a poke weapon, so I can just
Oh.
level it.
Right here.
Target over there.
Oh, that's a bamboozle. Hit it. That's a bamboozle. Alright, moving up. Knocks on both sides.
Yep.
Blue
I'm following
armor.
you.
I'm gonna queue a little forward to maintain pressure, and I'm gonna back up. A little aggro. A little dumb.
I'm
Knocked one.
Tiger.
Oh, I got a heal. Batting.
Recharging my
I'm dropped.
Yeah, I'm covering.
They
He
dropped on
on
me.
you, dropped on you. Yep.
I'm fighting
I
my own
healed.
battle.
She's flush. You got that.
Oh my.
Nice. Res immediately if you can.
On your feet, darling. Plenty of fight
You
left
see, I missed like 3 wingmans.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm keeping the other guy. Squad.
Swapping.
Another squad just landed.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna die.
Let's get out. I'm gonna reposition.
Yeah, I'm gonna die. I was like
Shoot,
one.
I'm already mid
Right
queue.
now.
Yeah, I gotcha.
half the squads are
I'm gonna
down.
top off V10. Let's get healthy.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I might be able to go for the res if you come to this corner.
Yeah, I'm coming in a second. I'm popping my
Yeah.
syringe and then I'll go.
Okay.
He might have backed up. Reloading.
Intercepting something at Mop.
Over here.
Looking.
New kill leader.
I'm gonna take height.
Yeah,
I'm
this spot.
gonna use the head glitch up top.
Go.
Holding.
I'm right underneath you guys.
I'm gonna go for the res.
You're good. Hit one for 150. I gotta reload.
I don't have any meds though.
I cracked
I'll
my
drop
shield.
medkit.
Reloading.
Thank you.
All the way over here. I heard a shot on the right.
Shields recharging.
It's 2 squads. This
Back
guy is
one.
out me 42.
There's a guy right here in this building.
Back.
If you're down to
Yeah, I
push.
can hear it. Footsteps. I
Alright,
think
let's
that's the more important.
Back, pals.
Yeah.
There's a new kill leader out there.
This guy's gonna be a little behind.
Yeah, no, I'm with you guys.
Okay.
The cat
Watching
wall
right
there.
here. Mirage.
Above?
Shooting at me.
Right here on this peak.
Look out, enemy here.
They might peek on the other side. They queued up.
The right is good.
They have white. Let's queue up all the way up on height, Sky. Let's go up. Oh, right here. Push it together. Knocked. Go back inside.
Down.
Enemy down.
Close the door. I'll res.
Alright, I'll cover. On the stairs.
Looking. Nice. Good
Dead.
job.
Good night. That entire squad's done.
Are you keep coaching? Yeah, we kind of are. We're just kind of playing some games as like a cooldown.
I
We
need
did.
another med.
There you
I
go.
think they might be coming up the stairs.
See
Okay.
the merchandise.
Here's an extra armor swap on the ground.
Yeah, I would use your ult and try to grab meds.
I got a bunch of cells here. I'm gonna drop you.
I'm watching this side.
Medkit on me. 2 bats. And
Yeah, I got
a
it.
bunch of syringes or cells.
They just Valkyrie? No, they evac'd. That's a different squad.
Looking. I'm gonna take roof and look for info. I see the evac. Oh, they're right here.
I see an enemy over there.
One for 80.
Enemy shield. Reloading.
Nice. I'm not with you.
I'm holding. You take your time.
I'm with you. I'm high ground.
Alright, they're last seen over here.
That way.
Had an evac, and I don't know where they went now. Most likely they're gonna
They're
just be in the
over there.
building. They're still peeking right here.
Get there.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, one of them just peeked out.
I think there's another team over there. I saw something. Maybe that was a supply drop. I don't know.
I'm watching behind us.
Okay, let's scale on the right over here. Let's go.
head that way.
I want to try to take that building from them so they don't have height. Sky, when we get close, go ahead and queue us up to this. We're gonna take it from them.
There.
Sure. Alright, ready?
Yep.
Taking us to new heights, matey.
Alright, if they're underneath, then it's fine. Right here,
Oh,
am I
right
ping?
here.
Cracked. We can scale that, moving up.
Enemy shield.
Oh, what the heck on my left?
I'm 30.
Almost got him. Nice batting. I'm holding. Cover for me.
Okay. I'm not in the best spot to cover.
Yeah,
One
you're
in
good.
the tower.
Back.
Alright, we're good.
cracked.
Nice.
Reloading.
Alright, we just
Where's
top
this
off.
Mirage at?
Yeah, where did the Mirage go?
Right there.
Target here.
Care package over here.
Reloading.
When you guys are done, I could just dog ult it.
Shields.
Yep, here, ult.
Oh, actually, no, we've got a jump tower.
For business.
Wait for zone real quick. We'll
I'm
know.
gonna take his vault because I don't have any.
What do you need?
I didn't have any ammo.
You are coming home with
You
me.
need heavy?
tonight.
Yeah, it was heavy.
There's like 120 right here.
Heavy ammo here.
Oh shit.
There's fighting inside, I think.
Mm,
But that's outside of ring. Your
just
call.
hold and see what they're doing.
We're all inside the ring. Fantastic.
We move up on a little bit
That
on
would
it.
be open though.
That was our last teammate, right? That evac'd away.
Yeah, it's just a solo. Do you hear shots? I still don't hear him.
If you come to where I'm at, you'll be able to hear it. It's by epicenter.
Yeah, I can hear it.
I think they just finished.
Let's move up and see. It's pub, so we'll just go have some fun. There's a bat on the far right over there.
Cover this spot, darlings.
Is that
I have
you
an
queuing?
evac power. Do you want to use it?
I thought I saw something here. It should be like right here. Kind of just ego challenging, standing out in the open right now. See if I can find one. If not, we're just gonna run back. Were they really fighting that far as it is? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, we're just gonna go back. Let's Valkyrie Q right here.
Hearing enemies in that direction.
See if we can bait him to come back. Come back, come back. It's a Pathfinder.
Okay, I think.
Blue. No matter what, we're not gonna be able to fight this. Just let's Valkyrie and
Yeah.
just go back in the zone.
I'm waiting for this guy.
Alert 5. Ready to scorch for burn. Burn is a go.
Oh, there. Oh, that's your cue. I was about to say I thought somebody queued on us. I was like, wow. I was like, that timing is insane.
Turn all electronics.
Go as far
do we
this
want
way
to
as
take the-
possible.
Okay. We can just take the jump tower
Sure.
because I'm already out of steam.
We've got time for no more.
You go first so we get your scan.
Yeah.
What's your tips to dropping a 4K badge as solo? Do as much poke range damage as possible. Just keep shooting. Teams heal, it's more damage.
Oh.
It's fine, it's fine. We're just gonna keep moving in. This is gonna either end Geyser or end near a big mod anyways.
Find over there.
I don't know which one yet. Might as well just go for another win. We'll play it smart at this point. I'll try not to do something stupid. No promises though.
Shops open for business.
More heavy if you need it.
Ammo here.
Picking up bats for the memes.
In progress.
Cool. Safe to touch down. We're already in the next ring.
Since it's pubs, I don't think anybody is playing the back part over here, but we might as well play
I
it.
bet there's some good loot over there. Thief's intuition.
Like it may pull this way. I don't know. Usually it could.
Care package.
This is the smartest place to play. Like if we're gonna win, and then
I
we'll.
guess-
Powdered that area.
Yeah, that whole area is possible right there. Worst case, we'll just run through the choke.
Over there.
Oh, where's the care packs going? Oh, right on top of us? Oh my god, I want that. That's crazy. Anybody wanting a flat line with a purple mag and everything?
Sure.
Completely decked out, just missing a purple stock.
Only 2 more squads. They'll fuel my pool soon enough.
Alright, we'll find out where it pulls. Oh, they're fighting over there. I see shots. Let's move up on that.
Don't let them
The
see.
last 2 squad.
Yeah. Be there for the third party. Alright. Dropping flatline. Everything's here. All the ammo. All the fun stuff.
Oh, that's a weird pull. Okay.
Yeah, this is weird. I've seen it before, but that's not what I expected.
In the ring. Grab what you can and move.
Why is that a weird pull?
Normally it pulls towards Geyser and or Big Mod in this spot. Just opposite of what I
Just
expected. You could just guess based on seeing the zone enough and just like, okay, I've seen the zone here many times. It could pull heal. Pull here. I can't heal.
I've only had
I
this
can't
zone
talk.
once.
Is there like an algorithm that decides, like,
Kind of. Right here.
or is it just random?
There's randomness to it. 2 squads, one here and one over here.
I wonder what
Crossing right here. 25. 50. 120 something. Okay, they're in that building. They're gonna hold. Everyone's gonna sweat at the end here.
Really see
100 on this one. 125 actually.
this guy's 57.
70 on this one.
enemy there.
Okay.
No shot. Absolutely no shot. They take it. Guy out in the open on the crate.
And then they're
Guy
gonna.
takes it.
Recharging
We just gotta wait for something to happen, I guess.
Oh, they're on the thing.
Oh, nice. They took height. That's interesting. Little bolt behind you if you need it.
anyone up for some shopping. Recharging my
I
shield.
might need to grab more ammo.
So they're just gonna stay here.
I wonder what they
They're
found.
It's-
just sandwiched.
Yeah, we just gotta wait for zone.
Who invited the third party? Bandits hurting.
We push them. They're gonna push down below. We try to push roof. They're gonna. The building team will leave. We're stuck in a holding pattern for a minute. It's interesting when you play pubs. Like the last few teams are always the ones that are like just sweating it out super hard at this point. Let's see what else is in here. I'm gonna grab the gold
Recharging.
just as a swap there in case anybody needs it.
Okay.
Ooh, care package on the way. I like the sound of that. Target Thunder's keepers. Hit 'em.
I've only seen this ring end there.
I don't know if it's gonna pull there. I think it's gonna pull towards us.
I don't think it's gonna pull there either, but I've never played this zone. It's weird.
Yeah, right there. I'm only using it 2 times.
I have a 3x here, and give me your 2x.
Optics here. Mid range.
Oh,
Wait,
I can't
oh,
put it
yeah,
on.
okay. I thought you had a 30-30. My bad.
Cracked him.
Flush.
Oh, he's 42 flush.
Wow, he's probably like 10
Oh, they're
HP.
fighting.
Oh, they're fighting.
fighting,
Yeah, let's
yeah.
move up. Let's
Yeah.
take this building over here.
Time there.
It is pulling towards us, so let's just be mindful that we could be throwing. I'm gonna queue over and take that angle right there.
Throwing jump drive.
Oh, yeah, it's full fight now.
Knocked one. 2 are knocked on one team.
Skynating.
Flush on
door.
blood.
Oh,
Left hand here.
Flush on blood again.
right here.
Watching your back. Nice.
Blood
Nice.
dead.
Pushing again.
Holding for you.
Down. Push.
Oh god, I'm dead. I'm surprised I didn't get that mag off like that. GG's. I was standing on Leo, but to be fair,
They're still fighting? Jeez, okay.
it's just one more person on a team, I think. Yeah, it's just a Wraith alive. Because we killed 2 of them on one team.
That was such a messy fight.
Yeah, you guys had the right idea. Just be careful on overextending on it right away. I try to hold your cross best I could. But patience, especially when it comes to the end zones here, you know? And then at that point, I should have just backed up and then... But I was holding your cross best I could. So if you watch back in the VOD, it's all about, at that point, just patience on trying to just wait out the fight, you know? Because at this point, like, everyone is just going to be sweating super hard, and everyone at this point should be able to land their shots. And so you have to be very patient and strategic.
Mm-hmm.
We get 2
I know.
knocks.
You were on bridge, right?
What's that?
You were playing bridge, right?
I was playing far right. So
Oh,
once I got the
okay,
knock, I
okay.
knocked 2, and then I just played the far right angle. You were on the box, but remember, think of the angle that you had. Do you have a head glitch there, right? And the answer would be no. Like if I went back in the VOD, like you don't have a head glitch. And then we can watch your cross, but we don't have full information yet. We do know that 2 are knocked, but we don't know what team had it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just
I
gotta
also
have to.
just overextended there and then got beamed on the zip line.
Yeah, so patience as you move in, and if we're overextended, don't let your mistake happen because we're making a mistake. If that makes sense. Just because one person makes a mistake,
yeah.
don't make the mistake with them. You know.
Like jumping down.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
getting-
If I call them doing something stupid, just know that it's something stupid. If the stupid play works, great. If the stupid play doesn't, then don't do it. Now, we could have waited for zone and we could have won, okay? So let's just put that out there. Like, we know we could have won if we just waited. But I also want us to teach how we can kind of clean up and secure a win in a different way. So ideally, with a fight and we just hold there from a distance and we literally just wait and then we overall win the game. If that was ALGS, that's what we would do. So I just want to put that out there. But in that scenario, we can wide peak angles and still maintain pressure and then back up to our spot, essentially. But do it like as a team. So it's like if we're a corporate office, we're practicing team building, right?
Mhm.
I would look at that as like practicing team building together. But good stuff otherwise. All right, guys, I'm going to cool down and do some, what do you call it? Just like mixtape or something. But I appreciate you both. Thank you so much for signing up for the coaching. It was awesome. Hopefully you guys learned a lot. Hopefully you guys had a lot of fun. Remember, have fun. You know, at the end of the day, like obsess about improvement, but just like I do, like teammates do something dumb, it's okay. You don't feel like you did enough damage. Did you play as a squad? Did you watch each other's cover? Did you have a head glitch? And then you know what to practice later for, you know, aim and everything. Like, yeah, I do a lot of damage, but there are stupid stuff I did. So my stupid stuff recap. I jumped down after doing a crap ton of damage and I got beamed. One fight I could have batted and then held my position and let you guys hold my cross. Or I could have called for a Val Cult sooner. We could jumped on that one guy. And then the first fight, I guess that last fight there, I could have calmed to have you guys slow down. So again, it's not a bad thing to sit there and like, don't self-deprecate yourself, but also kind of look at, because I can always help us play better, right? I can always calm for you to do something better, or I can communicate better on what we should do. It's not just the weight is on your shoulders. You're at a certain skill level right now, we all are, and we have to play to our best of our abilities together. Just because one person's better doesn't mean that they're the end-all be-all of the squad, right? You play as a team, you win as a team. All right, well, I appreciate you both. Let me know if you have any questions. Hit me up in 2 weeks. Let me know how the progress goes, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, bye, guys.
you.
Bye.
See ya. Okay, now let's go do something stupid and go into gun run or something. Actually, I haven't done this yet. What is this? Maybe we do this as a cooldown real quick. I haven't done the Loba thing. So let's do this real quick. This will be fun. Hopefully they learned a lot. Hopefully you guys all learned a lot. I actually haven't done this. I don't know what to expect.
This place. Why does it feel like I've been here before?
This is cool. There's cinematics.
Hell of a first trip to Salvo.
Yo, this is awesome. I didn't know that they were putting this much detail.
Someone call for a getaway pilot?
Darling, we haven't done anything that warrants a getaway yet, but we might now with this spirited entrance you just made.
This is really cool. I like this.
Prefer me stealthy and fashionably late? Oh wait, that's you.
They say opposites attract.
Where are the others?
Back there. I just...
Loba? Don't go zoning out on me again.
You should go, darling. I'll see you later.
Copy.
Oh.
See you later.
She's zoned out. Those who are playing Loba, she's doing something stupid right now. Oh, that's so cool. I can experience this with you guys. This is really cool. What am I doing? What am I supposed to do? Oh, I can't use my Q. Ooh, creepy. I feel like every dev is watching like, he's doing it wrong. I don't know where to go. This is really cool. Oh, it is a puzzle. Cool. Oh, okay. This is cool, guys. This is awesome. Guys, don't forget to leave a like. Every little bit helps support.
I see they rolled out the red carpet.
Oh, I get this.
Good
Okay.
thing I always accessorize.
Oh, what? Does it just reach on its own? Oh, it does. I thought it was gonna be like super tricky and like I needed to use like movement or something on top of it. I saw the Nessie.
How wonderful.
This is cool. Seeing this is like a story game. This
I
is
knew I didn't
awesome.
like this place. Seems the feeling is mutual.
Oh man, better just wall bounce everywhere, right? Right, guys? I feel like I'm trying to think outside the box. Oh, okay, the keypad now. What am I supposed to click on here? I know these stuff is always obvious. Like, I bet you it's like a button that I'm just missing. Oh. Duh. Alright. Cool. Alright, this is cool. I haven't done this. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yum. Yum. What? Dude, this is on 2-second cooldown. Imagine that was actually real. It'd be crazy.
These walkways, the echoes, it's just like... No, that can't be right.
Oh, whoa. Ah! Oh, okay, I could just use my Q. Why am I trying to wall bounce off that? I'm trying to like make it more complicated. You know, let's try to wall bounce off of it anyways, because it's cool. Because I know you can Q to this, but hey, using movement for it... No! Using movement for it is kind of cool instead. Right? I don't know. I'm just making it more tricky. Because I could easily just Q over there, you know? But why make it easy? Why not have a little fun instead? Woo! Let's go. Like, imagine they just did like a wall bouncing course or something. That would be so sick. Or like mantle jumping and like force you to kind of learn stuff. It'd be so much fun. Okay, alright. I'm just gonna start queuing because apparently I'm bad. Alright. Let's do this easy way. But there's one wall bounce I want to try again, and I'm gonna do it again. I bet you people are trying to speedrun this too. I wouldn't doubt it. Because technically I just queue over this, right? Okay, I'm gonna try it. I want to see if I could do a... This one's a little tricky. Whew! Okay, ready? Whew! Oh, let's go! That was clean. That was fun. I mean, all you gotta do is just queue it, granted, but listen, we don't do the easy way here all the time. Nice. Whoop. You know what? I would love to see a puzzle where you have to wall bounce Q and then get to a certain spot. Like, that would be so sick. I can just go over there. Okay, maybe not. Okay, now I'm stuck. Ah, the vent. Gotta remember, they're gonna probably do the same patterns like they did earlier. Oh, it's fun. This would be cool to have like a speed gauntlet run of this. And like put a timer.
It looks like they were making
Whoop! Oh, I just made it. That's so sick. I know you could use the key there, but that was awesome. Fine, I'll use a Q. Ah, sneaky. It's like you have the easy mode and you have the hard mode, right? Can I queue right there? What? I just got robbed. Dude, what? Server up too long? What does that mean? Did I just get insulted? That's crazy. That is insane. No way.
This place.
What?
Why does it feel like I've been here before?
Oh my gosh.
Hell
I got
of a
robbed.
First trip to Salvo.
What?
Someone call for a getaway pilot?
Dar.
I'm so mad right now. Respawn just literally insulted me in the worst way possible. I don't even know what to think anymore.
So you'd prefer me?
Did I go in a spot I'm not supposed to or something?
No wait, that's you.
I was in it for like 30 minutes and AFK half the time. I just got kicked because it said the servers was up too long. What does that mean?
I just.
Okay, well now we can speed run back to our spot, right?
Don't go zoning out on me again.
We're gonna use the queue just to catch up.
Darling. I'll see you later.
Copy.
No one tell him what? Why? What happened?
See you later.
That's crazy. I'm so mad. Respawn just dumpstered on me and said that I suck. That doesn't happen every day. Alright, let's go. I mean, now we just speed run it, right? Doop 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 doop. Now we know exactly where to go, so.
Good thing I
What?
always accessorize. How wonderful.
It's part of the story.
I knew I didn't like this place. Seems the feeling is mutual.
Honestly, why don't you just have Valkyrie help her here? She could just like carried her places. Wait, can I skip this? No, I was gonna say, can I like skip half of it and speed run it and go that way? It'd be kind of sick. Speed run, do 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 do. Just run, just run, just run.
These walkways, the echoes, it's just like. No, that can't be right.
No, that can't be right. No. Alright, we're almost caught up to where we're at. See, that was fast. And we're flying. And finishes like 3 minutes. Whee! This is really cool though. Besides the crash, that was really cool. The crash was not cool.
It looks like they were making something here.
All right. Almost there. Look at that. Whoop. Kind of feel like there are multiple Easter eggs over here. Okay, let's go back. No! Okay, let's go again. Oh, shoot. I need to go that way. Let's go. No! Oh, I got so many zip line jumps. I'm dead. What just happened? All right, give me the no. There we go. All right, let's go this way. We gotta go across. Do you know why the story mission was released early? I had no idea. There we go, right there. All right, now we zip up. You can technically queue over there. And queue this way. Climb that. Slide down. Zip across. What the? Okay, I guess we zip across. Wait a minute. What? Alright, let's see what's over here. Make sure there's nothing over here. I need to unlock the door. There has to be like a button somewhere. It's clearly over here, right? Oh, you're supposed to go back. I think the button's just right over here. I'm stupid. It's just right here. Yeah, it's in there. I'm an idiot.
This is Salvo, not Solas.
There we go.
It's just another heist.
Good nap. Can I close a little bolt? Alright, now we go over. We just needed the... I just wasn't paying attention. That's it. Yum, yum, yum. 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 Open the door, open the door. It was crazy. I'm actually doing it faster than people are typing, so no, I'm already figuring it out. I guess the stream has a slight delay, so by the time they're typing it, like I'm already I'm already doing it, I guess so to speak. Hey, it's like, what the? No, I was short. Ha ha! Ha ha! Easy. It's not as straightforward as they put it there. Is it? No, I can use my ult. Let's see what's in here. I'm probably overthinking it, but I could technically kill on the fans. Yep. Now, I could technically go up top this way. Will it reach? No. And then there's a thing to go up there that way. I don't think it was intended this way. Whoop. Oh shoot, I missed it. That sucks. We go again. Oh, you can actually go inside the fans. Oh, that's easy. I was thinking this was gonna be harder. I just realized that. That's funny. I wanted to be like something more complicated, but oh well. It's fine. Easy. Figured it out. It would have been cool if you kind of used the scaling thing and like, I think the timing of that would have been way more cool. Ah! Come on, don't tell me that's not a missed opportunity. That's definitely a missed opportunity. That's gonna slide down. Okay. Right here. Out of sheer curiosity. Nope, nothing in there. Probably slide underneath. Nope. Let's look around. Investigate. Investigate. Can't tell if there's a vent or not. Oh, that's cool. You can get up here, though. Oh, I can just queue underneath. I'm dumb. I should be able to. There we go.
Isn't the same place?
I was like, that, I'm not just overthinking it. That's easy.
It can't be.
No! No! It's George! Let's see who this person is.
Someone used this recently. And took something.
No!
What did you leave behind, Silva?
No! Chat, you guys are way too far behind. I need to remove like the delay or whatever there is. You guys are like commenting on stuff I did like a minute ago, it feels like. It's like, guys, I already figured it out. You guys are late. You guys have always been late. No!
The demonio's eye?
No!
Silva is making his bodies. What is he doing with the demonio?
No! I just keep saying no. That was cool. I thought it was awesome. That was a great way to end the stream. That was really cool. And besides the crash, we figured it out really quick, actually. We were able to kind of like figure it out. And didn't need any help. I was sick. Kind of flew right by that. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for hanging out. It's been a vibe today. It was a lot of fun. Very fitting that we're playing a little bit earlier. Considering, I don't know, it was fun. Literally sped run that. Alright guys, hopefully you guys enjoy the stream. Don't forget to leave a like. We got to experience, this is the first time I had done that before. That was really cool. It was cool, but it really added things to the story. I mean, we learned, no! I don't know, but I mean, it was fun. I think they could have made it even harder. I was hoping, like, you know what I was really hoping they would have done? Like, an area was so far away that you needed to wall bounce into something, then queue into it. You know what I mean? That would have been sick. Like, really make some of them, like, really tricky. Or even, like, whenever I started taking the more difficult paths, rather than the vent. Okay, like, the vent, okay, that's fine. But, like, really make the path, like, complicated. And then so people really talk about it, you know? I don't know. Like, I figured everything out within, like, 30 seconds. Because then you guys in chat were trying to give the answers, but then failed. And I was like, dude, you guys are behind on chat. But luckily, I guess if it was complicated, then I would have had it spoiled for me. So it's all good. We flew through it. Again, guys, don't forget to... I mean, I get that, but it's true. Maybe we could select the difficulty. I don't know. If it's supposed to be accessible, remember, I always feel like if it's harder, it's more memorable. It's accessible, but wouldn't it be cool if you got like stuck and like everyone went on Reddit and started talking about it and then sharing ideas of where you had to go? I think that's what makes it cool, you know? I don't know. I think that's what makes it fun. But all right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment. This will turn into a VOD afterwards. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the coaching stream. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye, everybody.